Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin, down on the field, Claire Foley will be joined by her a little later on. It's Lugoff-Elgin hosting Laura Richland coming up next.
Light it.
At all. That is the culture.
Well, this question is wheelhouse for me. I'm going to crush this.
Let's go.
So good.
Let's go, Coach.
The Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Offices. Stephen, how did the partnership with Sonic Friday Night Rivals come about, and why is it so important for you guys to invest in your local community?
Well, we're committed to the community that we live in, work in, and where our kids go to school. And without sounding cliche, investing in this kind of helps us give back a little bit. We think it's important for everyone to come together around sports, particularly high school football, because it brings out the best in everyone.
It certainly does, Stephen. Well, stay tuned, guys, because we got more football on the way.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Welcome in, folks. We're about set to go here. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up top. Let's go down the field to the third member of our broadcast team, Claire Foley. Claire?
Guys, who talk about the epic offensive shootout that was the last meeting between these two teams, and that could be what we have on deck here tonight, because both head coaches say that the strength of their teams is the offense. For Lower Richland, that's because they're returning their entire offensive line from a season ago, and for Lugoff-Elgin, that's in literal strength. Head coach of the Demons, Jarvis Littlejohn, says that coming into the spring, he only had one player who could squat more than 500 pounds. He now has 10 able to do so, with another 25 squatting over 400 pounds. It'll be strength versus strength here tonight as both teams look to open their season strong.
Thank you very much, Claire. Claire Foley will be doing a great job all season long for us down the sideline. We're set to go. 2025 season about to kick off. The Will Lou Gray Opportunity School kickoff. For over 100 years, they've been helping students build a better future. Will Lou Gray Opportunity School. Laura Richland kicking off to Lugoff-Elgin. Laura Richland in the white with gold numbers, black helmets. Lugoff-Elgin at home with the black pants, grayish jerseys, red helmets, and that kickoff return brought out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Big hitting out there. Teams letting some anxiety, intensity flow from all the summer workouts right there. And it'll be right there where Lugoff-Elgin takes over. Big hit there by number 4 for Laura Richland on that play. That was Seth Hudson, a junior.
And a nice return there by Keenan Cunningham, the sophomore wide receiver, gives LE decent field position to start.
A very nice job there, Cunningham, only a sophomore. Both teams have senior leadership with some youth splashed in on both sides of the ball for both teams. So out comes Lugoff-Elgin. Zach Williams, number 4, is your quarterback. First start. And we got movement. Some of the things you see early season, you get movement on that right side for Lugoff-Elgin. And again, the penalties will be effective. We talked to someone on the field before the games, and he has penalties on the scrimmage and a lot of penalties last season. They want to trim that down this season. So, Joe, there you go. Early game jitters.
Yeah, we were talking with Robbie Mays, the radio play-by-play voice of LE football, in last week's Jamboree. LE really bitten by the penalty bug, and you see one to start this game right away.
Yeah, Robbie was right on point with that one. And just in the backfield, going nowhere. What penetration by the D-line. Let's give some love to number 27 who got there first. He had help, though. That was Maxwell Wilson. But it was a bunch of white jerseys there wrecking that play, Joe.
Lugoff-Elgin had a hard time running the football last year. You see their offensive starters there, and Zach Williams, Grant, Aiden Fitzgerald, converted quarterback this year, moved to tight end. E.J. Richardson, Shamil Sadiq, Cunningham, Hammond, and then Anderson, Williamson, Morrison, and then Ward up front.
Good size with Cam Morrison and some of those guys in that line. They got some big guys in there. Sadiq holds a couple of offers. We'll talk about him. Pass rush going nowhere. There's a fumble. Scoop by the offensive player inside the 5-yard line. Way to be on the spot to save what could have been even a worse play that time. For Lugoff-Elgin, that was Jarquise Grant getting his hands on that. But what penetration. Laura Richards dominating the defensive line.
I tell you, the first two snaps, Stacy, they have won the war in the trenches. You see their defensive starters right there.
Dominique Heath, Ori, Brown, 99 is one to watch out for. Samuels, we talked about. Hill, G. And then those are the linebackers. Kirkland, Henry, Tucker, Gladen, and Styles, the defensive backs. This Laura Richard defense is firing off the football right now. And we'll talk a little bit about the coaches here in just a moment. But it is 3rd and 26, 3rd and a long-distance phone call for Lugoff-Elgin. The quarterback in his first start is not what you want right here inside the shadow of your own goalpost. And that's Coach Littlejohn right there. He want to have a little conference with the refs.
Former head coach at Denmark OLR came here when former head coach of Italy, Leon Boulware, took the job last year. Of course, Leon Boulware left LE to go to Rock Hill in April, and that elevated Jarvis Littlejohn to the head coaching position. Had a good run at Denmark OLR before he came here, and well, these first two snaps have not been what Coach Littlejohn had drawn up prior to this game.
Jarvis Littlejohn is a Gaffney native, played Gaffney 2000, 2003, won a state championship over something 03. He's an all-state player and a player of the year performer at Gaffney, and went on to play at Tusculum College up in East Greenville, Tennessee. So 3rd and a mile, and might have been a little motion that time. They didn't call it. Somebody moved a little early that time. Pass out to 1 over there, and he's dancing, trying to make something out of not much. And he's going to get up to the 15-yard line. It'll be punt time. That was a good catch by Shamil Sadiq, who holds the college offers.
If you're the Demons right there, Stacy, you're just trying to get yourself out from under the shadow of your own goalpost just to try to punt this football away. So a great start for the Diamond Hornets defense right here. Got a penalty, 2 stops for loss, almost recovered a fumble, and now they'll take over in good field position if they don't mess up the punt.
And number 22 out there for Lugoff-Elgin. That is Torrin Price, the junior kicker. You never like this, punting with your heels almost at the goal line, but see if Laura Richard brings pressure here. Decent snap, little pressure, not much. Ball bounces at the 50, took a good bounce and caught. A little room on the right side, but he cuts it back in. Good job holding that to less than what it looked like at first that time. Return for Lugoff-Elgin. Check that. Return from Laura Richland. The ball's going to be placed, I think, Joe.
Right about midfield.
Yeah, right at midfield. And let's take a look at Laura Richard's offense. Gibson, we talked about making his first start. Kelson, the transfer from AC Florida, running back, the tight end. Middleton, wide receiver. Hargrave does a lot. Jack of all trades at Hargrave there. Wilson, we talked about. Jenkins, also at wide receiver. The O-line, Sav, Goodwin, Davis, James, and Robinson. So the offensive line play is going to be key for them. And of course, head coach for Laura Richland was former offensive line coach over at Dutch Fork over there. Taylor, yes.
That was a good punt by Torrin Price just to get that ball back to the midfield stride, but that was a pretty good punt.
Tight end man was in motion that time. Room up the middle. Decent run of about 4 up the middle that time. A little inside give that time. We're going to give that. Hard to see these numbers on the Laura Richard jersey. That's like number 5 there on the carry. That's going to be Zaire Yates. And here's a look at Lugoff-Elgin's defense. Jace Coleman, he's one to watch out for, a sophomore with a lot of potential. Moak, Walker, Jones, the D-line. Linebackers, Rhodes, we talked about. Hinton and Young. The defensive backs, Richardson, Murphy, Lewis, and Bradley. Up to the line, snap quick. Good job by the elite defensive line. Stopping that play for a gain of about 1.5 there. Looked like 92 might have been the first guy on the spot. Joe Purvis Walker.
Yeah, it's a good early test for this LA defense to try to stand their ground as the Diamond Hornets took over in great field position after LE went 3 downs and out. Big play here by this Demons defense. See if they can get off the field.
Big third down play. Field position favors Lower Richland. Let's see if they can make something of it. Lugoff-Elgin, so they're changing coverage. Empty backfield. Screen set up. Good block outside. And that's going to be a penalty. That block might have been a little hold right there on that left side. It's going to go back. Lugoff-Elgin pointing and gesturing. Joe Cash's pointing and gesturing. The referees were pointing and gesturing. Like it's a disco in here right now.
I'm not sure my point and gesture was the right one. I thought it might have been a block in the back on the corner out here, but it may be a procedure call. Let's see.
But it's going to be a block in the back, I believe. Yeah,
there it is.
You're right. Oh, I know that referee too. That's good. That's my guy right there. Good guy right there. I know him. Should have get the referees' names. That's my bad on that. I'll get their names for the rest of the games, folks. And that's Coach right there on your screen. I just talked about Jarvis Littlejohn, the Gaffney native. Coached some at Tusculum after he played there. Coached at Newberry. Been around for a minute. Coached linebackers and defensive line at Newberry. Assistant last year at LE. Take a look right there. I don't know, though. I don't know about that.
Almost a backwards pass. But, I mean, the way the body got contorted right there is, you know, E.J. Richardson rather tried to come up. The way he kind of has turned his back right there. Yeah. It certainly looks like an illegal block in the back, and the officials got it. So.
It's going to be 3rd and 15 now, so back to the other side of the 50. Lugoff-Elgin has a chance to steady after that rough start. Empty backfield, middle screen, and that was room to run and dropped through the hands of Zaire Yates, who's a talented senior.
They had it set up, too. You called it. I mean, they had the middle screen set up, and all he had to do, Yates had one man to beat if he catches that ball. Probably runs for a first down.
Or more. It was green grass over there.
You got to catch the football first.
Got to catch the football. That's coach right there. We talked about our coaches here. Marlon Taylor, he's a Benedict alum, played college football at Benedict College. Moved around as a kid, Germany, Maryland, military brat, finished at Spencer High School in Georgia. Senior year at St. John's in South Carolina. Flagged down pre-snap before this penalty. And he spent 4 years at Dutch Fork. And Marlon Taylor won 4 championships since his time as an O-line coach at Dutch Fork. He tells me this team has 25 seniors, and that's offensive. Check that offsides on Lugoff-Elgin. Penalties both ways early, Joe.
Demons lined up offside right there. Couldn't get back. 2 penalties against the Demons here early on, 5 yards each.
There's Jarvis Littlejohn on your screen right there. We talked a little bit about him earlier. College coaching a little bit of time in Newberry and Tusculum. Came last year with the staff, and the players really advocated for him to get the job when Balk Knight left. So far, just a little bit of penalties and some misfiring on offense for both teams, but we'll settle down here and see what Lugoff-Elgin does with that second possession, Joe. There's Sergio Samuels right there, number 9, a big pass rusher for Lower Richland. They've got great pressure the first drive.
Tell you what, it took a little bit to get that punt away. I'm not so sure if Ellie really didn't come after that one, but I bet they noticed. It took a minute to get that punt off. I bet I come out to the next one if I'm the Demons.
Yeah, that did take a little slow motion.
There was a little slowness to that punt.
So the ball,
early in the game, first game of the year, special teams, always very special.
Absolutely. Ball to the 26-yard line. It'd be 1st and 10 there for Lugoff-Elgin, the Demons. Looking over the middle, caught Sadiq trying to get outside, made a man miss, and a nice nifty move to get up to about the 48-yard line. What a throw, what a catch. Sadiq, he's fired up. Nice play that time. Take a look at it again here, Joe.
Well, Ellie this year going to Zach Williams, a sophomore quarterback. Nice pass. He just throws a dart right over the middle, square in route, looked like that time from Shamil Sadiq, and he's able to take it 22 yards. First down by either team in this one.
Shamil Sadiq, talented young man. Mentioned offers from Virginia Tech. We've got another stoppage of play, another hanky before the snap, Joe, another pre-snap penalty. Not what you want. Both coaches, they talked about this last thing out of the locker room, Joe. Like, let's take the execution of the summer into this first game. Check that. Sadiq is the Lenore Ryan commit. I'm sorry, I had him wrong. He is Lenore Ryan committed, number 1 there.
Yet another penalty pre-snap by the Demons. Their 3rd here in this first quarter.
Right.
We're not even 5 minutes in.
The ball is at the L, and Lugoff-Elgin Found a little mistakes early. Oh, a little jet sweep, little shuttle pass. Across, helmet comes loose across the 49 to about the 48-yard line. And that might be, I believe it is E.J. Richardson. He's the young man with all the big offers. Virginia Tech, Coastal Carolina, all region last year. And the player whose helmet came off for Lower Richland, he's got to leave the game for one play.
Well, that's a nice way to pick up 10 yards after a penalty.
Yes, and I don't believe we've had our first down of the ball game yet.
We just did on that 22-yard completion.
Well, you're right. You might, and my bad. I did not
Good block.
say what I'm about to say here. That is a second one. This gives me a chance to say this, Joe. Our first down sponsor, MUSC Health. And MUSC Health is proud to call the Midlands home. Nice throw and catch.
It really was. And then you had some extracurricular afterwards, and we'll have to see how they adjudicate this penalty.
That referee, the white hat there, he does college games too. He does SIAC, I believe, and MEAC games as well. The white hat, he does some college games. Was that a legal shift?
Well, I think there was something that happened after. There were a couple of kids who got mixed up down
Our
here on this LE
sportsmanlike, yeah,
boundary.
it might be our sportsmanlike then. That's what it's been. And they're going to get that on both teams. Yeah. Offsetting. His mic is not working, but it is that first down stance. Take a look at his play here, Joe.
Nice. There's just a little quick toss into the boundary. Great block, as we mentioned, right there on the corner to kind of spring this one. And you see Shamil Sadiq's able to scamper ahead for a first down, and you get the offsetting unsportsmanlike, so no harm, no foul, I suppose.
That's been money, that little pass inside there, time, little slant to Sadiq. Look at both coaches right there. That MUSC Health first down. We've had two in the ball game, both belonging to the Demons. A little room on the right side, dragged down that time though. Play had potential, but shut down by number 90 for Lower Richland, and that is Maurice Ori, 5'8", 235.
That was Jarquise Grant on the carry for the Demons.
He had that big block in the play before too.
He was a senior running back. And this LE offense looks much more comfortable here on this second possession than they did on their first.
Coming downhill now. Good play calling too. Mixing it up, running pass. That's a movement. And Jarquise Grant, he moved his shoulders and for a second.
Well, this is going to be a procedure against the Demons. Then you're going to have a dead ball personal foul against against Lower Richland for hitting the quarterback after the whistle had blown. So
referee threw the flag and he threw his hat.
Yeah,
he's looking around for something else to throw. He's had something else to throw.
You don't have anything. Only thing you can throw down is your microphone because it don't work. Might as well throw it.
yeah, exactly. Listen. The microphone's not working, so he might as well throw it.
You might as well throw the mic.
Yeah, 2 penalties. He got him. He was like pow pow.
You just got to hold up, Stacey. I mean, you got to be more cognizant there. You got to hold up.
After the play, I'm reading his lips. Personal foul.
I think a lot sportsmanlike here.
So we're going to do a little Michael Jackson moonwalk backwards. Then they're going to put it in forward. And this is the big joker right here. This is a big 15-yarder. And that's going to be a first down. That penalty gives Lugoff-Elgin their third first down on this drive, Joe.
Sure does.
Coach Taylor wants an explanation. But we saw it though. We all saw it. He's going to argue that his player didn't have time to see the flag and couldn't pull up. But you can't do that in front of the referee. That's not going. It's not going to hold water. Ball's at the 28-yard line, Joe, and Lugoff-Elgin threatening. Young quarterback, shotgun, just a nice wide open man over there. Threw it a little bit behind him. Had he led him with that, he might get a first down there. But threw it behind him. That gave chance for the front of the closed ground. E.J. Richardson on the catch.
Stacey, you're exactly right. You hit the nail on the head with that one. I mean, Williams dropping back. He had a heavy rush, and if he's able to lead E.J. right there, E.J. Richardson might turn the corner and score. Unfortunately, for LE, he's got to try to contort and bend his body back to catch the ball as it is, and only a 3-yard pickup.
It gave Kirkland a chance to come and make a tackle. Kirkland had 60 tackles last season for Lower Richland, so he's one of their leading tacklers returning this year. So ball's at about the 25-yard line. They're going to run it. It's the inside room. Jarquise Grant. He's going to strike up. The Lugoff-Elgin fights on, puts 6 6 on the board for the Demons. What a drive. What a run by Grants. That is also done that time. That's a SCDC touchdown, Joe Cashin.
And great blocking up front by that Lugoff-Elgin offensive front. Logan Ward, Cam Morrison, Caleb Jones, Keelan Hammond, Jackson Anderson. They just paved the way. 25 yards to the house for Jarquise Grant, and the Demons draw first blood on a 74-yard march.
They got real physical up front on that entire drive that time. That run kind of capsulized at that time. SCDC, they're hiring statewide, folks. Discover a rewarding career. Join scdc.com. Toe to leather, hands to the sky. That puts the 7 on it. Touchdown, Lugoff-Elgin. They lead 7-0 over Lower Richland, and we'll head to break. What a start to this ball game.
Well, you see it right here. Watch the blocking. He makes one man miss, and there you go.
Friday nights are made for moments like these. Every parent's dream is to see their child play under the lights. But one reckless choice can take it all away. Always stop when the stop arm is out. Don't be the reason they miss their moment. Stop means stop.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal. Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
We just saw Lugoff-Elgin on their second drive of the ball game march down the field. Penalties did not stop them. They take a 7-0 lead. And, of course, we want to give a special thanks to the South Carolina Army National Guard for recognizing our scholar athletes each week. We'll introduce you to this week's nominees coming up at halftime. They do a great job with that, and got to meet a couple of young fellas down on the field. Kind of shout out to those guys. We'll celebrate them at halftime.
Stacy, that was a 74-yard march in just 6 plays, 2 minutes and 19 seconds off the clock. A couple of big plays. Shadmeal Sadiq with a 22-yard reception, and Jarquise Grant with the capper, 25 yards out on the touchdown run. And after a shaky opening possession, the Demons were able to come back and put the first points of the game on the board. They looked impressive.
Very well done that time. That leads us, of course, to our Will Luke Gray Opportunity School kickoff. For over 100 years, they've been helping students build a better future. That's Lugoff-Elgin up 7-0. They're kicking off left to right. And they're two-tones a little dark gray top, black bottoms, and what colors those helmets? Are that red or garnet? That's the reddish helmets.
It's kind of a darker red, too.
Yeah, they're normal. Yeah. Kickoff field inside the 5-yard line. Little alley up the front, close. Good job by the coverage team that time. Kickoff return that time for Laura Richard was number 1. Get you that number, that jersey number in a minute. Jordan Hargrave. He hasn't touched the ball yet, but they like to hand him the ball and throw it to him. You'll see him touch the leather during this ball game quite a few times. Breaking a pocket that time, and a nice little run, but Gibson using his legs. He's not the biggest kid in the world, but a little slight build that time, and ran it that time and cut back up the middle, took a big pop. But decent gain, Joe, of about 6 on that play.
Gibson, the junior quarterback, getting his first start. He's been in the program for a couple of years. Tonight is his first action on the field as a starter. Didn't see anything down the field, and that's a smart play. Don't force it. Pick up 6 yards on the ground.
Oh, it's a scramble down there. I thought for a second the ball might have come up, but that's a good job putting helmets to the football for Lugoff-Elgin. They've been really physical in this ball game.
That was Tristan Young, too. He really flew up and filled over there, the junior linebacker, 6'1", 195. He read that and made a nice play.
That's going to bring up third down, and it's still, you can run here. One man behind the quarterback. They're going room to the right if he could have kept running that time, and a throw over the middle and caught, diving catch. Throws a little errant, but it's a good play call and a good throwing catch. Good effort that time by DeQuan Middleton, Joe.
A little bootleg action by Laurel Richland, getting the flow going one way, rolling out the other, and Gibson's able to find his man down the field. First down picked up by LR, trying to answer that early LE score.
MUSC Health first down, and MUSC Health is proud to call the Midlands home. That catch saved him. If he hit him in stride that time, he has room to run up that right side. Man in motion, man who just made that catch, Middleton. This time they're going to give decent blocking on the right side. Maybe a gain of 9 or 10 on that. They're going to mark him a yard short that time on the run. That is 11. Solomon Kelson, the transfer from AC Flora.
Kelson, you mentioned it, Flora transfer. He rushed for more than 1,000 yards for the Falcons last season. Tried it the right side and then just bounced it. Didn't see anything in the middle. Bounces it outside, picks up 9.
Gonna bring up second down and very short. The playbook is wide open in this situation. It's gonna be a timeout called here. Maybe the officials stop play.
I think the play clock was about to expire.
Yeah, that's a good job by Laurel Richland.
Yeah, they were taking a while there and didn't want to cost themselves 5, but they do burn a timeout.
So we're gonna stay right here. So we're gonna step away. We'll be right back. Lugoff-Elgin, Laurel Richland.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Welcome back inside the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week from Lugoff-Elgin High School. They hosted Laurel Richland up 7-0. Stacy Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley down on the field with us. And the band played on. Smells like teen spirit up in here. Second, and the playbook's wide open. Second and one, an offensive coordinator's dream, Joe Cashin.
No doubt about it. Can run anything.
Absolutely. Shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers in the formation. He's going to look left. Has a man down the sideline. Led him out of bounds. He keeps that inside. He may still be running. He had a step and a half. Good play call. Jordan Hargrave had his man beat, but the throw led him out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, Stacy, that wasn't far from being a good catch. I mean, he just laid that ball right in there. Jordan Hargrave ran under it down the boundary. Not sure if we're going to get, I mean, our production and camera crew, they're the best in the business. Let's see right here if they're able to. Let's see here. Yeah, he's just a foot out of bounds. So that's a good shot right there. So that's a good call by the officials, and great work as always by our camera folks and production crew.
They went for the conservative look that time, and did they get it? Might be a little short. Might be a little short.
Well, I thought first down where this official standing on the near boundary, it looked like it, but I don't know. Looks like he's going to be a skosh shy of his first down, Stacy. Or no, actually they're going to call it.
They gave him a good spot that time.
They put the virtual line on it, Stacy. The virtual line came down, and we saw it. And it's a first down.
That's an MUSC first down at that, Joe Cashin. MUSC Health, once again, proud to call the Midlands home. We're proud to have them as our first down sponsor. And ball is at the 46-yard line of Lugoff-Elgin. Shotgun form. Only one man in the form out wide, so it was pretty much an obvious play call to run that time. And I think they like something over there on that side, Joe.
They do. They're having some success over there. They're having success on first down on this drive, right? I mean, they ran for 6 on their first down, 9 on the second, and they're going to pick up positive yards right there, close to 5.
Zaire Yates.
Going to go tempo 2 now.
Going right side again. He has room over this green grass. First down, chopped down inside the 25-yard line, but that was a nice burst of speed off that right side of there. That's that young man again, Zaire Yates. They call him a little bit of a Swiss Army knife in this offense. Take a look, Joe.
Absolutely, and you see those guys up. We see those guys up front, Goodwin, Robinson, Davis, James, and Sabb. They really are doing a nice job, and you see that big run, and LR on the march here.
MUSC, first down. Try that side again. A little hesitation this time. They're going to get inside the 20-yard line, and the player's helmet comes off. He's going to take a leave off the field. That is 50. I believe that is 50 for Lugoff-Elgin. He's got was that 90? It's hard to read that he has a helmet over his number there, but he's got to leave for a play. That's 90, I believe.
Yeah, Jacob Jones, DL.
Yes. And that's going to be inside the red zone. That's our first trip inside the red zone for Lugoff-Elgin. For Lower Richland. Check that.
And another big first down chunk.
Yeah, Jim Hudson, red zone. Jim Hudson experienced it once, and you'll never forget it. Lugoff-Elgin, little early motion. Yep, offsides. Penalty marred game.
That's Ellie's 5th already here in the first quarter.
Too many penalties of both teams. That's Coach Taylor right there. He's not pleased at all. All right, so more laundry. Flag-a-palooza, Joe. So welcome to the Flag-a-palooza.
6 flags over Lugoff
Absolutely.
right now. That is that's their 5th penalty.
Well,
6. I know it's their 6th penalty. I'm losing track up here.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Might need a calculator here in a minute.
I tell you what,
both teams.
Jarvis Littlejohn's going to have to. He's going to have a chat at halftime, saying, "Guys, we have got to eliminate silly mistakes."
And Joe, they maybe give it momentum of the game back. They had everything going their way. Everything, both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm. Can't give away free yards. And I understand it's the first game of the year, and you got to work this stuff out, no question. But you just can't beat yourself.
So we'll see what they come up with right here. They've been run heavy the last several plays, and they're going to do it again. Nothing happened. They had a diagnose. Lugoff-Elgin was ready.
That was Tristan Young once again. Watch Tristan Young just fly in here again. He's got a nose with the football.
Yeah, he's been
that
around
linebacker's made a couple of big plays here in this first quarter.
He really has, man. He put the shark fan up that time. I like the celebration. So, the junior, 6'1", 195. Look at this.
You see it right here, boy. No chance on that run by that time from Solomon Kelson. He had nowhere to go.
So if they take it to the air this time, 3rd and about 8. Check that, 2nd and about 8 right here. Still one wide receiver out wide. They're going to run it to the left side this time, and just a lot of physical hitting over there. And we got some extras over there top of the screen, but not a lot happening that time. Lugoff-Elgin tighten it down right here.
It's the last play of the quarter.
And that's going to take us to the second quarter. With that, we'll step away as a little threatening going on here by Lower Richland. We'll see what happens on the Sonic Friday Night Rival High School Football Game of the Week.
Watch Fox Sports Zone is South Carolina's #1 sports leader for all sports coverage in the Midlands.
From your favorite South Carolina college teams
to your local high school matchups,
football, baseball,
basketball, soccer,
and so much more.
We take you straight to the sideline with interviews with coaches and players.
Plus, behind-the-scenes details to give you the latest on your local teams.
Watch Fox Sports Zone. Every sport, every season. Sponsored by Lexington Medical Center.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Firms. Stephen, you guys have such a personal connection with our community schools. How does that connection help influence this firm's commitment to our local education?
Well, a lot of folks who work for the Stewart Law offices are in education, whether it's in the administration as a teacher or a librarian or a speech therapist. So we understand that it's a very difficult job, and so we kind of view this partnership as more of a commitment to the growth and success of our community.
That's amazing. Education is so important. Well, thank you for sharing, Stephen. But guys, stick around. More football is on the way.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Welcome back to the party known far and wide as the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Lower Richland threatening Lugoff-Elgin Demons, the home team, up 7-0. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin, Claire Foley with you here. We're having a good time on week 0, Joe. First of 11 games we'll bring to you around the Midlands of South Carolina all season long. It's going to be fun.
And what a beautiful night, too, Stacey.
Yes.
Weather couldn't have been better on this Friday night for high school football.
Absolutely.
And this drive for for Lower Richland started at their own 23 with 4:44 to go in the first, and it has reached the Lugoff-Elgin 14-yard line. Big set of downs here.
All the stars out here tonight. Chris Deering's been a Chris Deering sighting, the celebrity sports writer. Chris Deering's in the house. The legendary Chris Deering. Jim Hudson, red zone, folks. That's where we are. Well, Richard trying to tie it over there. Young in playing time, but senior quarterback Gerald Gibson, junior quarterback, he's going to look counter trace step that time, and Lugoff-Elgin was waiting on it. Defensive staff for the Demons were right there.
That was Jace Coleman. We heard a lot about him talking with Coach Littlejohn, maybe the strongest player on the team. You watch Coleman right here. He just shoots the gap. I'm not sure anybody blocks him. No one does. He just reads this perfectly, gets the tackle for loss, and now LR forced to go for it on 4th down.
And they want to try to tighten this thing up because the momentum is in the balance right here. And take a look and see if they haven't thrown in a minute. There you go. They go into the air right here. Oh, wide open. What a throw. What a play call. Touchdown. Lower Richland, no flags. They caught him slipping on that left side. There was nobody home. Strike up. The Diamond Hornet fights on. That is that man again who's been so active in this ball game, Joe Cashin. That is Zaire Yates catching the pass from Gibson.
Watch this. They get everybody going to the right. Here comes the rush, and they just throw it back to the left, and there's no defender out there in Kershaw County to stop that play. I mean, Zaire Yates has plenty of green grass and a 12-yard pitch and catch, and Diamond Hornets an extra point away from tying this game up. What a big 4th down conversion that was.
SCDC touchdown. South Carolina Department of Corrections. Discover a rewarding career and join SCDC.com. Toe to leather. A little pressure that time. Hits the upright and made the wrong dong sound, and no good. 7-6. We're going to step away. Just score 7-6. The home Demons over the Diamond Hornets on the FNR Game of the Week. It's going to be a good one, folks.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
We're back, folks, and coming up at halftime, we'll have our Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today. So listen for them in halftime, 11 minutes away. Joe, should be a tie game, but not. But both teams, penalties, both teams have now touched the end zone.
Unofficially, I had that as a 13-play, 77-yard march by the Diamond Hornets. 5+ minutes time of possession. Zaire Yates, 12-yard pass from Gerald Gibson. Point after touchdown, doinked off the upright. At least still leads it 7-6.
Return, I saw a penalty marker already in that time, but returned to about the 25. Both teams done pretty good in kick coverage. We haven't had any breakouts.
And you got to figure this will go against Lugoff-Elgin. Their 7th penalty.
Wow, it's too many. The penalty that time is going to be on, as you mentioned, Lugoff-Elgin. That's too many. Let's go ahead and take it down to the field to Claire Foley. Claire, what's going on?
Guys, a player to keep your eye on tonight for Lugoff-Elgin is offensive lineman Keelan Hammond, down in the trenches wearing number 55. Hammond is very motivated coming into his senior season after missing a bulk of last year with a knee injury. His head coach, Jarvis Littlejohn, said that he believes the injury prevented college teams from seeing what he was truly capable of. But now the 6'5", 310-pounder is healthy and eager to earn himself a collegiate offer. Guys.
Thank you for that update. Yeah, Hammond's one to watch. He really moves people around out there, so maybe folks would get back on the wagon. And we just had a penalty by Lord Richland. Unforced error, just encroachment, trying to guess the step count, I suppose, on that right side. Just ran across the line. And these are just the mental errors coaches just cannot stand to see, first game or not.
You turn 1st and 10 into 1st and 5.
And that, again, offensive coordinators love that.
Open the playbook up a little bit here.
Yes, and both quarterbacks are inexperienced a little bit, so they need you help them. I mean, you're gonna get them comfortable, and you're gonna pay for it. So Williams drops back. They had a little screen set up that time too. He's gonna break the pocket, gonna tuck it and run, get what he can, and kicks out of a would-be tackle, and that's gonna be a first down. Thanks to that penalty. That's a gain of about 7. Needed 5. That's gonna be an MUSC first down.
I'll tell you what, I mean, that was by Zach Williams, kind of a Houdini-like, America's Got Talent magician kind of play. I mean, he should have been tackled for a ball, should have been sacked, and somehow he's able to split those defenders and make his way forward for a first down. Heck of a play by Williams.
Young sophomore quarterback won that job, and they moved a talented player, Aiden Fitzgerald, to tight end, but keep both of them on the field. Flag down, and they're going to stop this play. That was at the snap, I believe, Joe. Which means it's typically that's on offense. Yep,
it is.
We're gonna roll them up in legal procedure. A disco move right there for you.
And you mentioned Aiden Fitzgerald too. Kudos to that young man. He was a starting quarterback last year. He's got a big-time arm, a lot of talent, and he really was a team player. And Jarvis Littlejohn wanted us to talk about that. A team player to be moved from quarterback to tight end. I mean, that could be tough for a youngster, but you know, he did that and wants to be out there on the field. And so being a team guy, he accepted that role, and you know, he's doing a good job.
Coach Littlejohn mentioned he's still getting some looks from colleges as a quarterback, though. He's a big kid. On left side this time, nice job. It wasn't that greatly blocked, but The running back made a lot out of that, but Jarquez Grant is having himself a ball game, Joe.
That's a good run by Jarquez Grant to kind of turn the second and long, or first and long play into second down and very manageable. Picks up 10 yards and looked like Logan Ward out there, junior offensive lineman, kind of led the way through a key block at the point of attack.
So that's going to bring up second down and 4, Joe. Ball's at the 35-yard line, and you gotta like the, without the, other than the penalties, Lugoff-Elgin looked pretty good firing off that ball from the offensive line. 3 men in the formation out wide. He faked, little shoulder roll fake, and he had Richardson wide open in stride. Could not bring it in. They faked him on the slant. It was the out and up, it looks like, Joe, and double move, and he was running by himself.
He tried the whole shot right here. Watch the pump, and here it comes, the whole shot, and oh goodness. Logan Styles closes in for LR, but this is one that Lugoff-Elgin would love to have back. I mean,
I think he saw him.
He's got that right in his hands.
He saw that white jersey in his corner. It looks like he might have taken his eye off the ball.
Yeah, that's a big gainer if he's able to reel that one in.
Great. I love the play call, though. That's Coach Littlejohn right there on your screen. Third and 4. Looking right. Has a man. Threw it behind him. Picked off. Laura Richland with the pick off. Coming around the right side that time. Got to get that jersey right there. I think that might be Orlando Gladden. Number 25, I believe. It is Orlando Gladden with a big pick, and what a momentum shifter that is. Threw the ball behind the receiver, Joe.
That's a freshman, too, you're talking about, who make that pick. Orlando Gladden right there. What a pick, though. I mean, watch the hands of the dexterity. This is not an easy play. Watch this. He just whoop. That's my football.
Yes,
he takes it. He's going the other way with a tremendous effort by a freshman out there.
Yeah.
Watch this
They think he has a lot of potential. They think he has a chance to be a really good ball player. Yes.
Really, I mean, that's just a heck of an individual effort there.
Big turnover that time, and now the ball rests at the 32-yard line of Lugoff-Elgin. Laura Richard trying to come downhill now, trailing by 1. About heading to the 9-minute mark of the first half. Low snap. Quarterback's going to roll right that time. He got hit out of bounds. That's going to be a 15-yarder. That's going to be a penalty. That's going to be the big joker. Yep. And some pushing and shoving over there. That's a bad decision. Just a bone-headed decision that time. I mean, you had the play stopped. Over-emotional. Gibson had cruised to a slowdown out of bounds, and he got hit about a full step out of bounds, Joe.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You gotta pull off somehow. You gotta, once you hit the boundary, that's it. I mean, and
that's 2 times we've had them.
That's a major penalty there. That's
going to be.
That's the 9th penalty against the Demons here in this first half.
Take a look right here. He already started slowing down. He's out of bounds there.
Yeah, I understand playing hard, but that's a no-doubter there. Yeah. You got to peel off somehow.
Yeah, you made it too easy for the ref on that one.
Yep.
And hard for your coach to defend. I've seen people run gassers for that in Monday's practice. They're in the Jim Hudson red zone right now inside their 15-yard line. Jim Hudson's our red zone sponsor. They're going to try to counter step and give, but nothing happening. Not a Nuka. Lugoff-Elgin shut that down like a fire marshal at a frat house party.
And it was led that time by Preston Rhodes, the senior linebacker, one of our players to watch. Jacob Jones also in there.
Please disperse. Yep. Nothing to see here. He got him out of there, didn't he?
He sure did. Loss of 1.
Give those guys some love, Joe. You called him out that time. That was beautiful. Watch this right here.
Just totally disrupted. You had.
Woo, that was violent.
You had Rhodes down low. You had Jacob Jones up high.
Great job that time by Lugoff-Elgin. Oh, now a little pitch back. And again, hats to the football. Great speed that time by the Demons. Chase Coleman and crew comes in. That's number 7 also in there. Tyler Lewis, another young player, a sophomore.
That's great closing speed by the Demons. It looked like the Diamond Hornets might have had something on that edge over there, but watch the Demons just pursue this football. Here comes, there he is. But really, it was, like you mentioned, Tristan Young flew in there to make the initial contact.
Yes.
And then it was Tyler Lewis to clean it up.
Yeah, Tyler Lewis really did a good job coming in low. It's going to be 3rd down and about 12 right here. Passing situation for Gibson. Nowhere to go. just nowhere to go. The ball came out. The ball came out there. Jace Coleman ripped that ball out of the end, and I think he recovered it. Watch 13 at the end of this play. The whistle had not blown. He rips that ball out like Peanut Tillman. Jace Coleman comes up with it. That's a huge 10th grader right there.
Boy, the LA defense really had to make a stand. Jace Coleman, the sophomore defensive end right there, is able to do what Stacy just described. And again, give credit to Tristan Young. He came on a linebacker blitz, untouched, really disrupted that play from the beginning. And then, the quarterback there, Gerald Gibson, got in trouble. Thought his forward progress might have been stopped. To see it right here. Watch this. He's able to avoid the sack, but he gets in here, gets caught up right up in the mess right there. And then he just rips the ball out of there.
Coleman ripped it out and landed on it.
Ripped it out, landed. Yep, and that's a big stop by the LE defense.
That's the young man right there on your screen right there. Also a talented state championship caliber wrestler. Probably one of the strongest kids in sophomore class in the state. A weightlifting champion, Jace Coleman. They think he has P4 potential in the next couple of years here. Don't know where they're going to play him at. His 205, they want to be a little heavier. Another inch taller. That's Jarquez Grant around the right side, dancing. Got up around the first down. I think there's another flag down, Joe.
There it is. It's coming back.
Flags galore.
That's amazing. I mean, this will be the 10th penalty against the Demons already. Not even a quarter and a half in. Holding.
To be up 1 point with all these penalties, you almost got to be pleased with that, but you can't be pleased with the penalties. Take a look at this one.
Yeah, I mean, again, Jarquez Grant has a hole, but there may have been a reason why.
Yes, right there. That's the one right there. That's a tackle.
I think that's it right
there.
Aiden. Yeah, well, I mean, that's.
He tackled him.
Again, the 10th penalty against the Demons here in this first half. And
that's wow, Joe.
Hard to overcome, Stacy, even though they still lead at 7-6.
And 7-11 is my two favorite numbers, by the way. 7-11 is your time on the clock left in the first half. There's Coach Marlon Taylor. He's got his hands on his hips, kind of shaking his head. Both coaches have to be frustrating at the mental errors early in this ball game, but it is week 0. Got to iron those out. Lugoff-Elgin. A long way to go that time. Oh, open, over. Oh, he caught that. What a catch. Nothing but green grass and opportunity. Shamil Sadiq. Strike up. The Lugoff-Elgin fights on. What a throw. What a catch for the Demons. And this crowd is letting you hear it. 6'4", 205. The Lenore Ryan commit. That's a great play call and a great execution by those Demons.
And this is just a go route by Shamil Sadiq. You watch it right here. Back to throw, Williams, he's got time, and he just hangs one up there. Great catch by Shamil Sadiq. 84 yards, Stacy, on the pitch and catch.
Wow.
You talk about a game changer just like that to flip the field and not only do that, put points on the board. What a play.
Man, that is a SCDC touchdown, and that is quite an impressive play. That's just my guy's better than your guy throw right there. Hands to the sky. 14-6, Lugoff-Elgin up at home, and the home crowd is having a great time on a Friday night. This is the FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Second half action.
Caminer Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Caminer Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustcaminer.com.
Put comfort in your home the Caminer way. Call Caminer right away.
You see Shamil Sadiq sporting some jewelry right there after that long catch and run. 14-6 your score here. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin On the sidelines, Claire Foley. And, of course, during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. That's NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. This is paid for by NHTSA. Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of kids are starting to distinguish themselves in this game. Number one is one of them. He's had a couple of first down catches. That big explosive play right there, Joe. That's why he's a Lenore Ryan commit.
84 yards unofficially on that touchdown. 77 yards on the drive, but after the penalty, backed them up to the 16. Huge play. And again, Shamil Sadiq just ran right past his defender, and a great ball up there by Zach Williams to lay that thing in there. And the Demons, even with 10 penalties in this first half, lead it by 8.
Will Lou Gray Opportunity kickoff coming up right at you right now. Will Lou Gray Opportunity School, 100 years helping students build a better future, and that's going to be caught. Brought out. Across the 40, trying to keep balance. 45, still on his feet. Got to get that number right there. And that is a great return that time for Laura Richland. That is number 3, it looks like.
Jordan Jenkins.
Jordan Jenkins giving that man some love. Jordan Jenkins, a 5'7", 160-pound senior, showed a burst that time, and that's the way to respond. But Zach Williams on that throw, I got to point out for this kid. He's a 4.2 GPA guy, too. Smart enough to know I got a 6'4" guy there with speed. Let me throw it to him. Take a look at this return.
Well, that's just Jordan Jenkins makes one guy miss right there. It looked like an LA defender just kind of ran past him and just whiffed like,
and then kicked away for the kicker. He kicked out the kicker. You're not a tackler.
Well,
Get off me.
Kicker gets in there and sticks his nose into the action. Is able to make a stop. And this is great field position for the Diamond Hornets. They need to take advantage of this.
They need an answer right here. Lugoff-Elgin really is taking the momentum in this ball game. They tried that middle again. They liked it early, but Lugoff-Elgin's kind of adjusted, Joe. Not much happening there. We'll call it a gain of 2, 2nd and 8 coming up for the Diamond Hornets. Guess how much they trust this quarterback to put it in the air again. Let's go back to Williams again, Joe. What's your thoughts on this? He had thrown an interception. They went back and trusted him to keep the playbook open and keep putting the ball in the air.
Well, that was one that either Shamil Sadiq's going to catch or nobody's going to catch.
Right.
Well, that was a great ball.
Man in motion. Seth Hudson. Good block on that left side. Had a crease that time. Got across midfield. They kind of keep it on the ground a little bit here as the game is going on. Laura Richland has. That's Zaire Yates, the touchdown maker. So we'll see what they come up with here on 3rd down, and we'll call it 4, Joe. Normally it's a passing down.
You could do either right here, and I think this would be 2-down territory for LR. I wouldn't expect them to punt. Who knows, though? I'm not a coach.
You can play one on TV, though.
I could play one on TV.
Two men wide to the left of the formation. Hudson in motion again. He's going to come out wide. Looking over the middle. And a crossing pattern that time. And that's going to be interference. The throw led him into the interference. Underthrown, and that's perfectly set up for the 15-yard interference penalty. It'll be a 1st down. Trying to get it to Chad Wilson.
On those passes that are underthrown, you'll get that off, and the defender just doesn't see where it is and winds up running into the intended receiver, and you get a DPI out of it. That's what happens here.
15-yard. That's going to take them deep inside. You talk about 4-down territory. They're going to try to keep this ball. That's a nice play call, but he threw it, kind of jumped when he threw it, and underthrew Chad Wilson, and defenders back just watching the eyes of the receiver just ran right into the receiver. Didn't turn his head.
Tyler Lewis there just didn't make a play on the ball. That's going to be DPI every time.
Tyler Lewis, a 400-meter contender as a freshman last year in track. He's a track guy. So he's a good kid, one of the fastest kids in the state in this class as a sophomore now. Both teams have a lot of speed out there. So we'll see what the play call is here. That time. I talked about how they kept it on the ground. They went airborne that time. Under 5 to play in the first half. Glad to have y'all with us here on week 0, our first of 11 games. 3 wide outs. They're going to give it to the back this time, and not a lot happening up that middle.
It's a good stop by Preston Rhodes, who got up in there. I like how these LR running backs, they run hard, Stacy.
They do.
They run very hard, north and south. Didn't pick up a lot there, but
and you would
not
think
bad.
that, with the offensive line guys, your coach, offensive linemen don't like backs that dance. They like that. You would think he teaches. We can't hold this block forever.
Hit it.
Yeah, take your jab step and get uphill right quick. Get up the field. So there you go. Second down now. Again, you would think a passing down, but they've been pretty much close to the vest other than that one pass that drew the interference call. See if they try that middle again here. And they're going to look left. Flanker screen set up, and it was in drama. Bounced off a couple of players for Lugoff-Elgin. That was dangerous.
I'm not sure what exactly is going on
I didn't
right
see a
here,
receiver
but
over
I mean, there were 3 LE defenders that all had, watch this, they all had a chance at this.
Yeah, I didn't see a
Looked like they
receiver.
tried to set up a little screen.
But who was the receiver?
Watch, there's 1, there's 2, and
Coleman.
right behind you had Coleman, who almost had a chance at it too.
And there he is right near the screen. If he picks that up, he's running all the way home. He's going down number 1 highway. That's a dangerous. Now it's 3rd down and 8. That's Coleman right there on your screen, 13, 6'1", 205, and he is a strong young man, weightlifting champion. Okay, a little counter step. There's that middle again, Joe, but it's not happening. Lugoff-Elgin has adjusted after a couple of big chunk runs early. Standing that play up.
You described that perfectly, Stacy. The LA defense has made some adjustments to this LR running game, and now Coach Marlon Taylor and his troops face 4th down here, 4th down at about 6 from the LA 25. Let's see what they decide to do here as we wind down the first half.
Remember, they got it with a misdirection last time, right? This same place on the field and scored a touchdown. Let's see if they come up with something. Yeah, it looks like a timeout's going to be cut. They're going to move the clock down and call a timeout, it looks like. Let's see if we'll stay here with them. 14-6 is your score. Lugoff-Elgin scored first, and Richard came within 1, missed the extra point, and then the Demons with a big 84-yard pass extended the lead to 14-6, and that's where we stand right now. That's Coach Travis Littlejohn of the famous Littlejohns, the Gaffney Littlejohns.
Yep.
There's a bunch of them come through there and played well, and he's one of them, and made a key tackle in the state championship game against Sumter in 2003.
He's got a son on this team, a freshman offensive lineman, Isaiah Littlejohn.
Yes, and Isaiah tradition now moves over to Kershaw County.
And you know, I'm talking to him, he said the change at the head coaching position in April was very seamless. As Leon Boulware went back to his alma mater, Rock Hill.
Yeah.
Jarvis Littlejohn was the assistant head coach. The players wanted him.
Yes.
Administration wanted him, and he pretty much kept everything in terms of terminology and personnel in place. He made the change at quarterback.
Yeah.
And they got stronger. So
I think the
transition.
I think the interim tag is still there, but we'll see how much longer that lasts.
I know.
Yeah, it seems like it's where you're supposed to be right now. 4th and 6. Lugoff-Elgin trying to get us a big stop right here, and that's a tough ask right there. No blockers, and the ball was on the ground, but I think they called it. They said his progress was stopped. Could have been dangerous fighting for extra yards. This could be a turnover on downs. Lugoff-Elgin will take over. That was a big stop that time, but that's a tough play call. Corey Murphy with the big stick over there. He's been around this program for a couple of years.
That's a great stop by the LE defense right there. And if you're the Diamond Hornets, you got to be disappointed. You took over that possession after a big kickoff return right at midfield, right after an LE score. Golden opportunity to put some points on the board. But now the Demons, with that big 4th down stop, get it with plenty of time left here in the first half.
3:33, all threes up on the board right there. And I mean, you got to look at the play calling for Lugoff-Elgin. If you're Laura Richland, you don't know what's coming next because they've hit you with big running plays. They had short passes that were successful, and of course, the big one. That seems to be a mismatch they feel with the 6'4" Sadiq. And he's out wide right now with a much shorter cornerback in front of him again. They're gonna look that he looks that way. Good pressure by Laura Richland. Williamson, good tuck it, good run across the 40-yard line. That's another Lugoff-Elgin first down. That's an MUSC first down. Check that. Yeah, that's an MUSC first down. MUSC is proud to call the Midlands home. Talk about it, Joe.
Well, Zach Williams drops back a pass, doesn't see anything, and then he gets out here. There's no contain out here for Lower Richland. Williams is able to hit the corner. He's able to scamper up across the, well, they're going to give him the 40, give him 15 yards, but that moves the chains.
Again, neither quarterback huge guys. Both have made plays with their legs early, but Williams 6 foot 175 as a sophomore. He's got time to get a little bigger. He's going to look over the middle this time now. Oh, he threw it behind. That was Aiden Fitzgerald. He looked at it, threw it a little bit behind him.
Yeah, he's had a couple of balls that were behind receivers tonight. That's something as a sophomore quarterback making his first start. He'll learn to make that throw, put a little more touch on it, lead Aiden a little bit on that, and Aiden's able to catch that ball and do something with it.
Talking to Coach Littlejohn, Aiden Fitzgerald will throw it some this year.
Well,
so
I mean,
you never know. He's not. Yeah, it's not beyond the pale that he may ease back there and throw some. I would, maybe see a little trickeration with him out of the H-back position. So bring up 2nd down and 10. In the backfield is Jarquez Grant, the senior. Williams has had a couple of big throws. They give Grant a chance over there. Not a lot happening, though. Good penetration by the Lower Richland D-line. Couldn't see who was there first. Those gold numbers sometimes are a little hard to read in motion. I see 21 was one of the guys who helped clean it up in there. That is a young man who's a veteran on this team, Eric Kirkland.
I think Dominic Heath was in there to kind of disrupt that play right from the beginning. He didn't make the tackle, but he was a disruptor there.
Yeah, good surge up front for Lower Richland.
You're right, Stacy. These numbers present a challenge.
They do.
Two old dudes sitting way up off the field, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, without a question. And, kind of deliberate right now. 3rd and 12. Lugoff-Elgin kind of deliberate. Middle screen. Sadiq, he has room in the middle. Sadiq with one man to beat. Sadiq comes back left. Across the 20. Across the 10. Strike up. The Lugoff-Elgin fights on Sadiq. So sachets to pay dirt. What a touchdown. What a throw. What a catch twice. They've struck. Sadiq once again. A la Casa. And an SCDC touchdown.
Watch the tunnel screen to the right. They set this up, fake it left, come back right, get a couple of big blocks. Shamil Sadiq hits the middle, and there he goes, 62 yards. Stacy, he has more than 150 yards tonight on just 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. Shamil Sadiq, watch the speed right here. No wonder he's going to Lenore Ryan. A big-time player. Just watch him just run past these guys.
He moved Aiden Fitzgerald out of the way. He said, I don't need the block. I don't need it.
He just runs. Watch how he runs.
That's
how a big-time athlete runs. He looks good when he runs with the ball.
Hands to the sky. Once again, the extra point is good. The Demons in command. 21-6 at home in the opener here on the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. Stay right here. Sadiq having himself a start to his senior season.
Boy, is he ever, Stacy. I mean, this is a massive play. Watch this play again. Fake left, come back right. Gets a couple of great blocks out there at the point of attack. Yeah, Aiden Fitzgerald out there trying to lead the way, but Sadiq says, let me go on pass because I've got the end zone out there in front of me. Look at him right there.
Runs like a young Alshon Jeffries.
That is a great comparison because he just strides, He covers a lot of ground in a hurry.
He does, man. Look effortless, man. And he's calling on the bench. You know what a receiver like that does on the bench? Look at the look on his face. He's saying, keep throwing it to me. There's no need to stop this. They can't check me. That's what a basketball player says when he's hot. That's Coach Marlon Taylor with his hands on his hips right there. They have some defensive adjustments to make in the locker room. Again, first game, you got to see what you have as a coach. And there's really no answer for Sadiq thus far.
Now, LR's got to get their offense on track. They've got to figure out a way to move the football, put some points on the board. You can't get field position at midfield and come away with zip. You're going to have to figure out a way. Marlon Taylor and that offense,
that's got to be
have to
disappointing.
figure out how to move this football, put some points on the board because the LE offense, at least LE right now for the time being, has stopped the flow of penalties because you're always kind of looking for that flag out there, but they've stopped that and they've hit a couple of big ones.
Did you just jinx us for this kickoff, I think? Little great opportunity school kickoff coming up right now. Kicking off right to left. Lugoff-Elgin kicking to Lower Richland. Lower Richland in white. Okay, kicking out of a little bit of, needs one block. Might have been a block in the back. They didn't call that, though. I don't believe they did.
I don't think they did either. It kind of looked like
one. On the sideline. The defender kind of turned into it, though. That's a good return, though, up around the 45-yard line maybe. They've had a couple good kick returns and have not taken advantage of some good field position in this game.
They'll be at the 46. I mean, this is another opportunity for the Diamond Hornets here at the end of the first half.
2 minutes.
You know, they kicked off to start the game, so they'll have the ball first coming out. So they have a chance to double down here, but they're going to have to try to figure out this LE defense, who has been up to the challenge, particularly in the run game here of late.
They marked it back at the 41. I couldn't see what happened on the sideline, so I guess he went out of bounds at the 41, but still good field position. 2 minutes to play. A little lateral. They wheeled the receiver out. That was Hudson, who's been the motion man. It's Jace Coleman again. Jace Coleman having himself a ball game. So is a couple kills on that defense. Lugoff-Elgin's defense has really gotten stingy after the first start to the ball game. It's going to be a loss on that play of a half a yard. Hudson in motion again. Got to see if they can throw it downfield. They're going to roll the pocket left. Gibson. No, oh, man, that's Houdiniak over there spinning. Did great to get 4 yards out of what looked like nothing. But look at the pursuit of the ball by Lugoff-Elgin, Joe.
We talked about Zach Williams making a heck of a play. I tell you what, Gibson right there, he turned nothing and more than likely a potential loss into about a 4-yard gain just to keep things moving here. And they'll take a timeout. 1:16 to go in the half.
It'll be interesting here, Joe. Now, they need the 49-yard line for a first down. But if they get around midfield, or and don't get this first down, do you go for it here, or do you punt this away?
That's a great question. There's still a lot of time left, and I don't know that you want to give Lugoff-Elgin another chance if you don't get it with this kind of field position. A lot of time left. Again, they'll have the ball first to start. So,
by that same token, the playbook is 3rd and 6. They've been throwing some pretty conservative passes. They hadn't allowed Gibson to go downfield, but really a couple times. One of them resulted in a pass interference, but not a lot of success downfield.
Now, if you get into a 4th and less than 4 situation here, I think you go for it. Anything more than that, I don't think
that's what I'm thinking. I'm saying if they approach midfield and don't get it, if it's 3 or 4 yards, that's going to be an interesting decision. But depends on how much confidence you have in your offensive line. If it's 4th and 1. Here we go, big play. The Lugoff-Elgin crowd making some noise beneath us here in the stands. He's going to pass it. Pressure, and got tripped up. Oh, great pressure by 32 for Lugoff-Elgin. Logan Hinton, who himself is a track guy. A burst around the end. Great job by Lugoff-Elgin on 3rd down.
Well, Logan Hinton, edge rusher right here. He's gotten close a few times, but he gets there this time. Look at him right there. Just dives and trips him up. Trips Gibson up in the backfield and gets the sack.
Check that. Hinton is an All-American wrestler. He spent time this summer traveling nationally in some wrestling tournaments, and he has a national reputation as a wrestler. Hinton, that was a little wrestling move right there. A little leg takedown right.
Looked like he came off the top rope right there.
He did.
Get the sack, and so now definitely LR is going to punt this ball, and LE taking a timeout here with a minute left.
Yeah, I would let the clock go down a little bit longer, maybe.
Get this note from Chris Deering, who's sitting up here with us tonight. Shamil Sadiq, he's keeping up with the stats, is Deering. 5 catches, 187 yards. 5 for 187.
In the first half, that's
in
balling.
The first half.
That's almost a 400-yard clip.
Appreciate Chris for passing that along. I'm keeping drive stats, but not individual. But I mean, that is just he had an 84-yard touchdown catch, a 62-yarder,
and a bunch of slants. Maybe he had a couple of slants and first downs early in the game. So, so he got some chunk yards, 8, 10, 12 yard catches early in the ball game. So here we are right now with a minute left. This is going to be an interesting minute for Lower Richland. They got to hold on here because they got a standing 8 count right here. Wobbly legs.
It's a good analogy.
This punt has to be a good one. And high snap, what you don't want, and pressure. I don't know how he got it away. It was 3 guys in his face.
Yeah, just get out of the way if you're Lugoff-Elgin. Don't need to be a hero there. And I agree with you, Stacy. I thought after the first punt, the Demons would load up and come after the next one. They did. I don't know how they didn't get it.
Yeah, it was guys in the neighborhood. Some kind of way he found an alley to get that loose that time. That was a break for Lower Richland that wasn't blocked, and the roll got a good roll. So they can hopefully stem the tide for them. If you're them, you want to hold the tide at 21-6 down. Really still a 2-score game.
Punter's last name is not Rogers, is it?
Double check that.
Because we could say there were a lot of people in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Oh, wow. That would be great. That would be too great.
I don't think it's right there.
That would be too great. That would be too great.
That would a lot of blue jerseys back there. Great jerseys, actually. Great.
Chris, I mean, Joe is in rare form. He's in mid-season
opener,
pun.
Stacey.
Yes.
Got to be ready for the season opener.
Absolutely. Get the puns a flying. If the score gets wider than this, it'll be pun time in the second half. But I think Lord Richard's going to make some adjustments. They got to get a stop here first. Williams going for more. A lot of air into that ball right there. Almost picked off. It looks a lot of contact. I think they're going to get interference. I was wondering what they're going to call it. Yeah, going for E.J. Richardson. And it's going to be a 15-yarder.
If you're LE, why not? I mean, LR has not shown the capability of defending the big play, defending the big pass. Just throw it up and see what happens.
I mean, you got a kid with a Vitek offer out there. He's not a big kid either. Yeah, I was wondering what he was going to call it. He got a little handsy with him when the ball was in the air. He's not keeping his hands to himself. Take a look at it, Joe. Talk about it.
That's the 4th penalty tonight. And again, you see a ball kind of up for grabs, and there's no question about the contact prior to the ball getting there.
Yeah, that was...
No doubt about that. You stop the catch, if nothing else, which might be a good play by the defender anyway. The penalty doesn't hurt you as much as the catch would have right there.
Yeah, he was going for a ride. He was going to do a piggyback ride right there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not take a chance? You may not get called for it, but he was definitely going to complete that. Ball's at the 31-yard line. That's a MUSC first down for Lugoff-Elgin, another one. Had Fitzgerald on the sideline, overthrew him. Yeah, Fitzgerald took a little shot after the ball was incomplete. No penalty. Coach Littlejohn said Fitzgerald grew an 1.5 inches since last season and put on some weight. He's a good H-back size right there. That's him on your screen right there, number 15. Physical kid. I know he may be getting a little frustrated. If I were him, I would be. You're not touching the ball every play as a quarterback now. As an H-back, when it comes to you, you want it to be where you can catch it, though.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see them maybe force the ball on him a little bit. He's been such a good trooper about everything. Oh, new running back in the ball game, and he got tattooed. And suplex. Speaking of wrestling, oh, my goodness. New running back in the ball game, number 10, Cash Major, and that was a major appendage right there. Major damage. Take a look at this. Watch this. Right there. That was bad enough right there. And then, bam.
Big number 90, Maurice Horry right there. He got his money's worth out of cash on that one.
I love it. He made a deposit?
He did. Right on the ground is where he made the deposit.
My goodness. Yeah, that was. Yeah, he's going to talk about that one all week.
He will.
Yeah, I don't blame him. And that's going to be it. They're going to let the clock run down that time. This is going to be the end of the half, folks. A little bit sloppy, but some exciting, explosive plays in this ball game. Week 0. Lugoff-Elgin at home in the first half. 21-6 over Lower Richland, folks. Stay with us. We have a lot of exciting stuff going on for halftime, but before that, we're going to try to grab a coach right here and talk to him for a moment. Try to Coach Littlejohn and get a word with him in just a few moments here. And, of course, Coach's Corner brought to you by Lexington Medical. As the only local independent hospital in the Midlands, we're here to care for you whenever you need us. Be well. That's from Lexington Medical. So maybe Claire Foley may be trying to effort over there and get to Coach Littlejohn. So he's heading to the locker room right now, so we're trying to get him before he gets over there. There's Claire Foley. Let's go down to Claire Foley with Coach Littlejohn. Claire?
How has he been for you tonight?
All I can say, baller, man. He's practiced like a madman all week, and he said, Coach, if they give me one-on-one, throw it to me, and that's what we've been doing.
And your team has been overcoming adversity. You had that pick off on the offensive side. You come back, force a fumble, take it to the house for a touchdown. What can you say about the adversity that you're overcoming that you're going to need here in the second half?
I'm going to tell you what, this team is very resilient. They need to cut down on the penalties. We got a bunch of penalties. We clean that up. We might want to run away with this game.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Coach Littlejohn, for those comments brought to you by Lexington Medical Center, our Coach's Corner. We're going to step away. Halftime coming up. Joe Cash and Stacey Huff. Claire Foley and you on a Week 0 game on Sonic FNR Game of the Week.
The #1 pick in 2008, a champion with every team she's played for, Candace Parker. Now she's got a new role.
Does this stay on?
She's a national champion, 5-time gold medalist, the #1 draft pick and Rookie of the Year, Aaliyah Boston. 2 generations, 1 podcast.
I don't know what's gonna happen today. Our show is definitely gonna be honest, I'll tell you that.
Post Moves, new episodes every Wednesday. What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Now's the time for huge Labor Day savings at Michaelis Mattress. Time for helpful advice, a selection that's nice at a low, low price. Get huge savings on Serta, Beauty Rest, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic, and get free delivery and setup with qualifying purchases. Plus, get up to 60 months special financing. There's no better time and no better team for huge Labor Day savings. Shop now and save at Michaelis Mattress. Think outside the big box and save.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today.
Lugoff-Elgin, they lead 21-6 over Lower Richland. The homestand in Lugoff-Elgin. Demas in charge now, and time now for our educator spotlight. We head down to the field with Claire Foley and Lower Richland principal LaTanya Williams. Claire.
Thanks, Stacey. Here on the sidelines with the principal of Lower Richland High School, LaTanya Williams. Principal Williams, a new school year is upon us. How's the first couple weeks been for you?
The first couple of weeks has been great. We are improving academically, and we also are growing a great learning culture. We this year have an environmental science program, which we have a club as well. And in this club, our students are able to learn about the local environment as well as how it affects them, their community, and their daily lives.
Awesome. Tell us about some of the student athletes you have. What kind of energy do they bring out onto their respective sports fields, courts, and also in the classroom?
We have great students at Lower Richland High School. So our staff is committed to unlocking the potential for each of our students. So our athletes work hard on the field as well as in the classrooms.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Principal Williams. Excited to have you guys here tonight. We'll send it back to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Principal Williams. Thank you, Claire. Now time for our Scholar Athletes, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard. And this week for Lower Richland, it is Chad Wilson. Chad is an all-region wide receiver and defensive back for the Diamond Hornets. At school, he has a 4.13 GPA and is a member of the school's chapter of the National Honor Society and National Society of Black Engineers Junior Chapter. In the community, he is active with his church as well as youth summer camps. Chad's desire is to continue his football career on the college level while pursuing a major in the STEM field. Congratulations, Chad Wilson. You are Scholar Athlete of the Week for Lower Richland this week, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard. Good luck, young man, and whatever you decide to do. Stay with us. More halftime coming up on the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week, Week 0, 21-6 at halftime.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Cameron Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Cameron Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustcameron.com.
Put comfort in your home the Kaminer way. Call Kaminer right away.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Offices. Stephen, your support of local schools and communities is so important. How do you hope that support and investment to these student athletes supports that?
Well, we think education is important, and we know that participating in sports helps the educational process. It helps folks become more accountable, better communicators, and more disciplined. And our hope is that we have that effect on the student athletes, but also that it has a ripple effect in others in the community, and that's something worth investing in.
Yeah, that investment is so very important. Well, thank you for sharing, Stephen. But guys, stick around. More football is on the way.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today.
Welcome back to halftime, where we stand 21-6. Lugoff-Elgin at home over the visiting Diamond Hornets of Lower Richland High School. Stacey Huff and Joe Cashin up top. Claire Foley down below. Let's take it down to Claire for the Educator Spotlight with Lugoff-Elgin Principal Corey Wright. Claire.
Here with the principal of Lugoff-Elgin High School, Principal Corey Wright. Principal Wright, your team out here, they're heating it up for you. They're getting things done out on the field, but you tell me that you have other athletes doing the same, and even in the classroom.
We do. We were fortunate enough last year to finish as state runner-ups in Class 5A Division II in wrestling, so kudos to our coaching staff. And we also had very good EOC scores. We're extremely proud of the job that our teachers and students are doing, and we had great AP scores as well.
And your students here are doing their part here as well. They've filled the stands, they've painted their bodies, they've brought the flags, they have the instruments. What can you say about seeing them out here tonight?
Well, you're excited to see the pride that the students have in the school and the excitement that the football team is bringing tonight, and we just hope that this permeates throughout the school and throughout the entire school year.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Principal Wright. Stacey, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Principal Wright, and thank you, Claire Foley. And now, speaking of Scholar Athletes, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard, the Scholar Athlete this week for Lugoff-Elgin is none other than Preston Rhodes. Preston is an accomplished defensive player for the Demons, as well as a state qualifier in track. At school, he has a 4.481 GPA and says balancing academics and athletics has taught him the value of discipline, time management, and perseverance. In the community, Preston volunteers cleaning yards for the elderly and also volunteers at the local animal shelter. Preston plans to continue his education after high school and pursue opportunities that allow him to grow both academically and athletically and potentially study zoology. Congratulations, Preston Rose. You are Scholar Athlete of the Week, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard this week from Lugoff-Elgin. Good luck to you in all your future endeavors. Thanks for all that you do, and thanks to the Army for National Guard for that sponsorship. 21-6. Stay with us. Second half action coming up soon.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal, a Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Friday nights are made for moments like these. Every parent's dream is to see their child play under the lights. But one reckless choice can take it all away. Always stop when the stop arm is out. Don't be the reason they miss their moment. Stop means stop.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit StewartLawOffices.net today.
Back here at halftime, 21-6, Lugoff-Elgin over Lower Richland. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up here high in the press box on a beautiful night for football in Kershaw County. Claire Foley down on the sideline doing a great job. And, Joe, that first half, sporadic a little bit, erratic a little bit, but got the 21-6. How did we do that? I think we have a moving picture show to talk about it.
All right, let's talk about how did we get here to a 21-6 LE halftime lead. You'll see the first score of the game. Jarquise Grant goes 25 yards off the left side, steps out of one tackle, made another man miss, into the end zone. Point after was good, 7-0 Lugoff-Elgin. But the Diamond Hornets come back. Little 12-yard pass from Gerald Gibson to Zaire Yates. Point after no good, 7-6. Here's the first, though, of two big plays to Shamil Sadiq. This one goes 84 yards in the second quarter with 6:42 to go in the half. Big play there by the Demons to take a 14-6 lead. And there a little tunnel screen off to the right, and there goes that man Sadiq again. Watch him stride. Those guys couldn't catch him for the Diamond Hornets, and Sadiq is on his way. He caught 5 balls, 187 yards in the first half, 2 touchdowns, and that's why we are at 21-6.
There you go. That's our first half. We're going to take a look at some national highlights, folks. And you know what? Some plays around the nation from last year. I think we may have a couple of highlights in here. Let's stay tuned and see here.
From across the country.
He steps up, wants to go for it all up the right side and pulled down at the 20. Inside the 20 again is Katori Marion.
Our lifter guy, a lot of their offense, and one block kick deserves another, right?
Still loose. Alamo Heights has it, but still not out of bounds. We can get a couple of points here. Another pitch, and they've got room. Miracle on the Mississippi.
You got to be kidding.
It's Max Bacon.
Takes for himself now towards the left sideline, still on his feet, still up. He twirls in. Jared Curtis with his third touchdown of the night as Nashville Christian.
Steps it. Now just going to heave it up, look into the far corner, tipped up in the air. Caught by J.J. Bush. Touchdown, Bobcats and Theodore.
This young man coming out to the field right now is Jackson Maynard. He is suffering from Duchenne's syndrome. His family has established the Little Hercules Foundation, which is something that helps the young man and raises awareness for what he is battling all across the country. A lot of points will be scored during the season in games, but none bigger than that one right there. Touchdown, Jackson Maynard.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Cameron Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Cameron Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustcameron.com.
Put comfort in your home the Cameron way. Call Cameron right away.
Now's the time for huge Labor Day savings at Michaelis Mattress. Time for helpful advice, a selection that's nice at a low, low price. Get huge savings on Serta, Beauty Rest, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic, and get free delivery and setup with qualifying purchases. Plus, get up to 60 months special financing. There's no better time and no better team for huge Labor Day savings. Shop now and save at Michaelis Mattress. Think outside the big box and save.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to DeWanna having my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
And we're back. Let's go.
You've had some bright spots on both sides of the ball. What's it going to take to string some things together and slow down the Demons' momentum?
We got to stop the big play on defense. We're giving up too many deep balls, too many missed tackles. Offensive, we just got to sustain drives. Got to get to the second level and be able to sustain drives.
Your team is being aggressive on both sides of the ball, though. What do you like about that, and how important is that going to be to the second half?
I like our aggression. I like we're playing hard. We just got to execute.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach Taylor, Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin back here up top. And we're here almost set to start the third quarter. That was our Lexington Medical Coaches Corner. And, of course, Lexington Medical Center is the only local independent hospital in the Midlands. They're here to care for you whenever you need them. Be well. That's from Lexington Medical Center. Joe, you have some thoughts before we get ready to start this third quarter?
Yeah, a few individual stats to bring you up to date on from Chris Deering here. He's sitting here up with us in the press box tonight. Lower Richland on the ground. Kelson, 21 carries, or 21 yards rather, on 9 carries. Yates had 28 yards and a touchdown. Gibson had 8 yards on the ground. 3 of 7 in the air, 25 yards. For Lugoff-Elgin, Jarquez Grant, 6 carries, 37 yards and a touchdown. Zach Williams rushed for 23, but his passing numbers, Zach Williams, 7 of 11, 200 yards. He had 1 interception, but two big touchdowns to Shamil Sadiq, who, again, 5 receptions, 187 in the yardage department, and 2 touchdowns.
That's what's going on. You can see Lugoff-Elgin's sideline there. We're about set to get ready to go here. But I tell you what, the penalties have to be modified. Both teams probably have more than they would prefer, of course. And the team that gets the handle on that the soonest will take control of this ball game.
I had Lugoff-Elgin with unofficially 11 penalties in that first half. Lower Richland with just 4, but a couple of those were big ones.
So, yeah, we're good crowd on hand here at Lugoff-Elgin.
And Lower Richland will get the football first. You heard Coach Marlon Taylor talking with Claire Foley down there just moments ago. They've got to tackle better. They've got to stop the big play on defense, and they got to sustain drives. You know, those are the keys he was talking about. They had great field position a couple of times in that second quarter, one at midfield, the other at the 46. and could generate 0 points out of either one of those possessions.
Yeah, man, you scream right there who had a good kickoff return early in the ball game on 25, Orlando Gladden, and he's a kid who also had an interception in the ball game as well. So he's one of the guys on that kick. That kick return has been one of the bright spots for Lower Richland. As a matter
Yes,
of
it
fact.
has.
Yeah. Can they capitalize on it though? You made some points earlier. We got to see how to, they got to be able to move the ball. They got to figure something out because Lugoff-Elgin's defensive line has had control of the ball game in the first half. Only we fielded right at the 2-yard line and back to come. Good blocking on that right side of it. A little crease over there. Gets to the sideline. Still running. We may have something here. Across the 40-yard line. Again, we just talked about it. There's going to be a flag down, though, so they're going to reverse this back, reverse skate this thing. But Jordan Jenkins.
That was about a 66-yard kickoff return, Stacy, but it's going to be not quite that much by the time they sort this penalty out.
Take a look at it right
here. They have really gotten good blocking. This is something that Jarvis Littlejohn is going to have to go back, special teams, and look at this week. They're getting hit on the big kickoff returns in this ball game, but blocking the back is going to bring much of that back.
That's got to be deflating for Lower Richland. You talk in the locker room at halftime, they were fired up, talking about how they can come back. It's a 2-score game, and you get a good kickoff, and you walk it back, and it's like, here we go again. That can be deflating.
Instead of being inside the LE 35, now they're back at their inside their own 30.
Yeah, a quick score to start the third quarter would change the complexion of the game and change the energy in the stadium. As a matter of fact, good crowd opening night here for Lugoff-Elgin right here below us in these home stands. Lower Richland didn't travel quite as much, but there we go. The outside again, that right side, which they had success with in the first quarter. Then they start, for some reason, that's a late penalty. That's a little extracurriculars over there. Mouthing and talking. They got to get between that. They got to get between these kids over there on that far sideline. A little too much going on.
I'm not sure if that was a late block by LR, but I saw an LE defender go flying out of bounds.
Something happened on the sideline well after the play. That's too much talk. What's going on right now is too much talking.
Got to get these kids calmed down a little bit.
That's
Get
the
them
coach
calmed
right there.
down. Yep, calm down.
Yeah, that's a kid. You got to get a hold of that kid right there because he got the right coach over there too. He gonna get a good talking to on the sideline right now.
Yeah, you understand that emotions can run high in this game, but you can't lose your composure here. You're up by 15.
And we'll see what this call that originally was on. It was a lot after it was a decent play, a flag, and then a lot going on after the flag even went on. After it happened, I'm surprised we didn't see a second flag, Joe. Way too much talking. Personal foul is going to be, as you mentioned, a late block. Triggered that, and the reaction to it kept going a little bit too long. They're going to reverse skate that one back, little Michael Jackson moonwalk. Take a look at it.
And you see the run play to the right. They've been successful with this here tonight. You get the tackle right here, and then watch this right. Kind of in the background. You kind of see the.
Coming to the right side, is right there.
You kind of see the late block right there, and he just kind of throws him out of bounds right there.
And I will add, he was holding before that. He got away with a hold. And that wasn't good enough. He pushed him after that. It was a hold on that play. 8 got held, so I understand him being frustrated. He got held and mauled after the play, so all that happened to him. And he was that will get you a little upset. Good job penetrating by the Lugoff-Elgin defensive line again there. Second down and a nice chunk of greenery coming up for the inexperienced Gibson, who's not played poorly though. He has not been necessarily the problem here, so they got to handle some things up front. And it's going to be a referee's going to step in, and the ball may be spotted improperly right here. He's pointing at the football. Yeah, he's had an issue. He may have an issue with the spot right here. They're talking to the sidelines now. Oh, the stick. He's talking to the sticks. The chain gang. They're gonna get something from the sideline over there. Okay.
Might be a sideline warning too, because I saw a flag get picked up. I think they want some people to kind of back up a little bit over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic over there. Big play coming up. If you're Lower Richland, you got to get gassed up for some yards right here. You're playing the game in reverse. Second and about 14, and there we go. A whole lot of motion before the snap, just out of sync.
A false start. Yep.
Yeah, it was a lot of commotion. You had 2 men in motion at one point, which and the way it was done, that part was legal, but somebody had the wrong snap count, it looks like.
Now that's their 7th penalty.
They're trying to catch Lugoff-Elgin.
They're not far behind now.
Coach Taylor on your screen right there, the Benedict alum. His defensive coordinator, Coach Curlin, coached him at Benedict. He had a play right here, second down and long. They're going up top to the left side. Here's one-on-one coverage, underthrown again, and that might be another no flag. That was one of those where you try to, if he fights back for that ball harder, that's a penalty. Try to get Chad Wilson.
I thought that was a pretty good coverage by Jarquez Grant out there. I mean, they were kind of battling one-on-one down the boundary here. And Jarquez, he actually turned and kind of made a look like he's looking back.
Well, that helped him. Yeah, turned his head helped him. Yes, and he's playing well on both sides of the ball.
Watch this here. Watch this. It's a deep ball. They're going to try to hit a big one here. Lower Richland and Grant's running stride for. He turns right there. He turns right there to try to make a play.
Good job that time by Grant has played well now on both sides of the ball. That was a good defensive play. He had the first touchdown of the ball game as well for the Demons. So he's a young man we heard about before the game. And
what just happened here?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't even see. I never saw the flag. Looks like it's going to be a first down. I never saw the flag nor indication. It's a first down. Lower Richland. Wow, that's interesting. That is a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down, keeping you comfortable in your home since 1956. And now wide open on the left side. Thought he would have broken it outside further, but he cut it back. Gain of about 7 on the play. Call it 7.
I don't know how all of us up here missed that, but I didn't see any penalty.
Me either.
Chris is sitting here nodding his head too. He's like he didn't see anything. So unless they called in a PI right there, they might have done that.
May have.
But I never saw a flag on it.
It wasn't one. I thought it was the first. It wasn't one. Zaire Yates on that last carry, and he needed 3 yards on this. He gets nothing, and it has to like it. Young Preston, who was our scholar athlete, Preston Rhodes, one of the first guys in there on that tackle, and he got maybe a half a yard on that play. Look at the stats right there, Joe. Talk about those.
Yep. I mean, you see the total yards for Lugoff-Elgin right there. That's the big one. 241 to 73, 193 in the air.
They outplayed 11 penalties for 84 yards and a turnover. 3rd and 3. They're going to keep it wide open over here. One man to beat on the side on this corner. He got the first down, cut it inside across the 50. Big gain that time for Gibson. The quarterback in his first stop. That's a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down. Talk about it, Joe.
Well, maybe that pass interference is going to give LR some momentum right here. Quarterback keeps. He just keeps it off that left side, and it's a good take by Gerald Gibson. And all of a sudden, LR on the move.
Aiden Fitzgerald that's 45. That's 45 with that tackle right there for Lugoff-Elgin. He's played himself a pretty good game. Tristan Young was real active early in the game. 6'1", 195 junior. Cameron brings you our second half first downs. Ball at the 48-yard line of Lugoff-Elgin, and Little Richard, the Diamond Hornets, trying to have something cooking here, Joe. One wide receiver, though, so they're not even aligning to fool them. Yates, a nice gashing run that time. Gain of about 6 on that. Offensive line firing off the ball. Call it 5.
And I did get a text from my good friend Smokey, the senator, who said we just must have missed the flag because that's what they called. So
yeah. They did call the interference. I thought I saw that at first, but he turned. But you brought to my attention. He turned his head. So
he did turn his head.
Maybe the left hand was there early, man.
Yeah, but the senator doesn't miss anything. So.
No, I see. There you go. Thank you, Senator. Appreciate you. This time, try the right side and cut it back into a wall of Demons. They have been really getting helmets to the football in this ball game, Joe. They've done a good job of game tackling.
They've made life tough on Lower Richland. Lower Richland's not hit them with the explosive play yet, other than the 12-yard touchdown pass. That was the biggest play, really, of the game for them.
Another third down coming up. Last third down, we had that little bootleg action out to the left side. Gibson used his legs. One wide receiver in the formation. They're going to run it here. Oh, no, they throw to the one guy in the slant. They've been bluffing it all game. They run it. Jarquez Grant made us save the touchdown that time. Cameron a first down, and that is number 1, I do believe, for Lower Richland. And Jordan Hargrave, he's been quiet. Caught him on the slant, Joe.
Had one-on-one coverage, and he just gets leverage against Grant right here. Just steps right in front of him, has that leverage on wide receivers trying to get, and ball is right on target. And Lower Richland, maybe their best offensive possession since the touchdown, certainly is early in that first half, and they're on the move here.
Good job by Gerald Gibson. Had pressure in his face, stared it down, and made a throw. They're inside the 25-yard, right at the 25-yard line, and you're right, they're threatening a score here. Will make it a little tighter for the folks in the fans and for the Demons. This is where you want to be penalty-free if you're Lower Richland right here. Move, and as soon as I said it,
there's your jinx.
As soon as
Stacy, there it is.
I caused 2 people to move that time, not one. That was a super jinx. Two guys moved.
Well, Marlon Taylor's gonna have some words with you when this thing is over. He's like, "What, Stacy? What you doing to us?"
Right. They got to run some. Those big boys got to run some gassers, and he can't make me run. He doesn't have a hard time. 5:45 on the third quarter clock. Or Richland trying to not harm themselves here. Man in motion, still one wide receiver in the formation. And that was a movement again. The ball was snapped early. It's fumbled, but looks like they got on it again. They just looked out of sync. As soon as they had things going, Joe, 2 unforced errors. I don't think that snap ever got off the ground.
There's a lot of movement back there. A lot of guys running around, and the snap never got to where it was supposed to go, and LR lucky to come away with this.
They're very, very fortunate at that time. It's going to put pressure on the inexperienced quarterback here on, it's going to be 3rd down and a country mile here. No, it's going to be 2nd down because of that first play was a penalty. But, Joe, you're looking at 20 to go, 19 yards to go.
Close to it.
Yeah, that's good. It's going to be, they try not to be predictable, although they've been stubborn with the run. Lugoff-Elgin is a very fast defense to be playing behind the sticks with. Because the timeout's going to be called.
I think there's a delay of game, unless they got the timeout.
I thought they might have gotten it. They did. I think they would give it to them. Yeah, they giving them the timeout to Lower Richland. We're going to step away at this time, 21-6. We'll be right back after this.
The field, the lights, the crowd. It's everything to them. But one missed stop can turn a celebration into silence. This isn't how any season is supposed to end. Always stop when the stop arm is out. 1 second can save a lifetime of pain.
We pickled everything, Sam. The Big Deal Meal. Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Back at it, and thank y'all for tuning in on our first of 11 games here. We're at Lugoff-Elgin High School. They lead 21-6 over Lower Richland Diamond Hornets. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin, Claire Foley on the sidelines. And, of course, coming up in the fourth quarter of this game, we'll announce our Atkins Law Firm Player of the Game. If you're looking for a workers' comp attorney, remember, who you hire matters. So I know my guy Joe Wyman and the folks over there, Holly Atkins and the crew over there, Elizabeth, all them, Atkins Law Firm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see who who our player of the game is going to be. We have some guys who really stood out, Joe.
We have, but there's one who has stood out above all the others.
Yes. Oh, it was no doubt about it.
At this point.
No doubt about
it.
If
this score holds up.
Yeah, if you're going to wrestle it from that guy, you got to make some plays real quick here.
Somebody's got to make some big plays.
Absolutely. Yeah, the one guy, he has really stood up. Stood up to the height of 6'4".
Easily.
Gibson, Houdini. Look like Charlie Ward right there with a little slippage, a little footwork, but too many red helmets flowing at him.
Jace Coleman was in there so fast. He made everybody's head spin. He was in there quickly. Couldn't make the tackle, but certainly disrupted that play. And
you got a player down. Got a player down for Lugoff-Elgin. I was going to say cramp at first, but the way he's holding his leg, they're getting away from that. It might just be a cramp, but he's in a lot of pain. A lot of cramp. That's number 7 there for the Demons. That is Tyler Lewis.
We'll see if they stretch him out.
Yeah, looks like that's what they're doing. It's going to be. You're right. Here it is, Joe, right here. You're right. Jace Coleman just, he came in and Gibson did a good job ducking under Jace.
It's amazing just to get away from that. He still is going to lose a couple of yards.
Yes. Y'all folks, remember that name, Jace Coleman. This kid is coming. He's only a sophomore. Started last year as a freshman. Just talk about Jace. Again, not only is he an outstanding student, but Jace Coleman is a kid who is, you're talking about a versatile athlete. Can play defensive end, offensive linebacker, but 585 pounds in the squat, folks. 335 on the bench.
Jarvis Littlejohn said he's probably the strongest player on the team.
Yeah, pound for pound, no doubt about it.
Impressive.
At 6'1", 205. And they want him to get to 6'3". If he gets to 6'3", the P4s will be calling because he can run.
LE training staff out there working.
Let's take a toss down to Claire Foley on the sidelines. Claire, what's going on? Claire, are you with us?
Football coaches often talk about they want to invest in their players' futures, both on and off the field. Well, Lower Richland's head coach Marlon Taylor is taking that literally. Over the summer, Coach Taylor brought in a banking representative to talk to his team about financial literacy. The Hornets did financial simulations where they had salaries, spouses, kids, and of course, bills to get better understanding of managing money as adults. Taylor says he got a good laugh at watching his players walk away shocked at the cost of their cell phones, rent, and car insurance. But he also found his team's motto for the season, invest. Taylor says it's all about putting in more to get a good return, and that everything that comes to Lower Richland this season will be earned. Guys.
Thank you, Claire Foley. Love that on the sidelines. Good job by Coach Taylor and his staff teaching the kids. And look, what a play. That's 90 again. Who's had himself a ball game for Lugoff-Elgin, Joe. That is, give him some love. That is Jacob Jones.
He sniffed that right from the get-go. Tried a little screen back to the backside, and he was having none of it. Watch this right here. He doesn't bite going upfield. He stands his ground right here. Watch, they try to throw back, get the screen. Jacob Jones says, nope.
You know what happened there? The offensive lineman couldn't keep up with the Jones.
Here we are. Here we are.
Jones with a nice body slam. That was a wrestling maneuver that time. 4th and forever. They're going to keep the offense on the field, Joe. I guess no need. They're going to throw it up. Let the young man air it out. Picked off. We may have something here. He needs a couple blocks. On the sideline, hit out of bounds. Borderline out of bounds. That was a big pick that time by Ali Coleman. Ali Oxenfree. Picks it off and almost had pay dirt that time. Good job.
He reads this all the way, too. They try the whole shot here on this near side, but Ollie Coleman, watch him step in here. Whoop! My football. Going back the other way with it is what he says. That's a big stop. That was a good drive by Lower Richland, yes. But the LE defense really comes up. And what really stopped everything, Stacy, was a penalty.
Yep, absolutely.
That false start stopped everything. Then you had a bad snap, and it was all in reverse after that.
He came to the camera to tell Joe Cashin all about what he just did right there. When you do that, you got to go to the sideline and tell him what you just did. Like you didn't see it. Like y'all saw me pick that ball off. But listen, Joe, this Lugoff-Elgin defense is too good. They're too good to play obvious passing downs, though. They was an obvious passing down. They had the ears pinned back. They were jumping those routes. They didn't think he'd throw the ball over their heads. And
that was more than a 7-minute drive that time.
Wow. And all
for nothing.
That's got to be deflating. That's a lateral. Richardson caught it and slung out of bounds for maybe a loss on the play of a yard or two.
Go down as a run play, too, with a backward pass right there. Just kind of backward pass in the short side of the field. Really not a lot going on there, a lot of traffic.
Right now, that 21 looks like a lot of points the way Lower Richland's struggling on offense, Joe. 21 is a lot of points.
And you got to figure they're going to take another shot to Shamil Sadiq.
I think you'll see Aiden Fitzgerald touch the ball right here, too, at some point soon. I think Aiden Fitzgerald's going to get a look here. Williams, who's also a baseball player, looks over the middle, and that's going to be that was a good fake. I thought he kept the ball. That was a good fake. That's Sergino Samuels. He hasn't been real loud this ball game. He had 7 sacks last season, and he's a guy they think can get double digits this year. Nice tackle.
He was one of our players to watch in the opening.
Yeah. You know what? Here's a key to that. Pass rushers like obvious passing downs. I think the play call on Lugoff-Elgin, they haven't thrown on they haven't been in a lot of obvious passing situations, so that slows down a pass rusher. They throw a lot of first down passes when they have thrown. There's a nice drop back, and eluding the rush, and Jarquise Grant tried to one-hand catch it, and he might have looked up. He got tattooed that time. I mean, the wood was laid for Lower Richland by number 16, Daniel G. And G is a veteran back there, 5'10", 215 pounds. He had 150 tackles to lead this team last year, Joe.
That was a tough pass, though, to try to catch. Kind of led him into the defender right here. You see it, and I'm not so sure that Zach Williams could have taken that ball and run for a first down, to be honest with you. I mean, there's a lot of room out there. Then he tried to flip that thing in there, but it's kind of a tough catch to make. And so LE goes 3 downs and out.
After he ducked those first 2 rushers, it was a little room up the middle for him.
Like it, yeah.
So in for the pop. It was only the 3rd or 4th punt for Lugoff-Elgin in this ball game. See a high snap. Oh, it got blocked. It's blocked. Will it be scooped? It's scooped up. It's going to be a touchdown. Sergio Samuels, we just talked about him. Strike up. The Lower Richland fights on. What a turn of events. A punt block, scoop, and score for the Diamond Hornets. High snap caused it, Joe.
Sure did.
That's a SCDC touchdown, South Carolina Department of Corrections. That may be a momentum swinger right there.
Well, you see it right here. You call it the high snap. It just throws everything off. I mean, just had a one-hand block, and it was just, and it looked like number 25. It looked like Glayton.
It was 22, Kevin Henry.
Kevin Henry was the one who just kind of threw a hand out there and blocked it.
Yeah. He ran past. It was like
Samuels was able to scoop it up and take it.
He was there, it was almost like last minute. Like I might as well stick my hand out. I'm here. I mean, I don't think it was a called, punt block, but not a lot of opposition from Lugoff-Elgin with the protection. They're gonna go for 2 here, of course, and it's wide open over there. He catches it, he's gonna walk in. Nice flip to Gibson, and that's over to Yates. And now we have a 7-point ball game, Joe, just like that. We're going to step away, folks. It's heating up a little bit here in Kershaw County. 21-7, the Demons over the Diamond Hornets on a Week 0 game of the week on the FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Welcome back, folks. 21-14 is your score after a punt, block, scoop, and score. Sergio Samuels brings Lower Richland within 7. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin up here in the booth. And, of course, Claire Foley down on the field. Don't forget, during the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA. That's my guy, Coach Avery Fields over there, watering up his buddies over there. That's Sergio Samuels. We talked about him being quiet, and I guess he said, okay, Joe and Stacy, how is this loud enough for you? And the band played on. Smells like Teen Spirit. Did he get loud enough for you, Joe? Did Samuels make enough noise right there?
Well, that's the kind of play that can really get this thing turned around for Lower Richland. They needed something good to happen for them. After they had that long second half, started the second half possession, got nothing out of it. They get LE off in 3 plays, and then block a punt, scoop, and score. Now, that's the kind of thing that can really get this thing moving. for LR.
Will Luke Gray Opportunity School kickoff coming up now. Right to left on your screen. Lord Richland in white with the gold numerals, black helmets kicking off right to left to the homestanding Demons of Lugoff-Elgin in their black and gray red helmets. Will Luke Gray Opportunity School, 100 years. They've been doing what they do. Nice hit that time at the 21-yard line. That might have been, I think that was Kirkland. Will Luke Gray, 100 years helping students build a better future. And they'll take over right there. That was Kirkland, number 21. For Lord Richland. Take a look right here at this.
Yep.
Ball was bobbled a little bit and looked promising, and out of nowhere, a heat-seeking missile. And yeah, he rerouted my man real quick right there. 2:43 left in the third quarter. It is a really nice night for opening game. Usually you have a lot of cramps. I think we've had one tonight. Usually have a lot of cramps. And first week and a lot of humid temperatures and just miserable for everyone. And tonight it's been the overcast skies has kind of benefited these players, I believe, some. Lugoff-Elgin trying to answer. I like a little early motion. Nothing called there. A modest gain. Good job up front by Lord Richland.
It is a nice night, Stacy. And those teams that decided to play tonight certainly made the right decision, didn't they?
They did. I tell you what, yeah. Some teams moved their games a day early and didn't finish them.
No, they didn't.
So sticking to the Friday night schedule is probably the
thing to do.
The thing to do. I think it was. It was Israel Brown on that last tackle, number 99. They think a lot of that young man with Lord Richland. He has a chance to have a really good season this year for them. 6'4", 225, number 99 in white. So it brings up second down and with a flag. I thought there was a little loss on that, so it looks like maybe 2nd and 9. Okay. Oh, there's the pass again. Oh, bobbled. That's the play they hit pay dirt on earlier.
A lot of traffic there. They tried to thread a needle right there to Zach Williams, and Shamil Sadiq was able to get his hands on it, but he's not reel it in.
He's saying my bad because he didn't bring it in, but it was behind him. He'd have had a hard time scoring, but he probably could have gotten the first down though, which was the point I think of that play. 6'4" frame. He's big enough to take the punishment in there because the safeties are waiting at the end of that slant. Joe, they may go there again.
I'm looking for number 1. I mean, he's a big play guy tonight for Lugoff-Elgin.
I mentioned Williams been a 4.2 scholar kid. He's smart enough to know to get the ball to Sadiq.
Keenan Cunningham's got one-on-one on the other side.
Oh, they're going to roll the pocket left this time and wide open over there. Didn't I say Fitzgerald might get one? He was due. Aiden Fitzgerald, nice route, nice throw, good catch and run, and guess what? A flag on the play.
They got 2 of them.
Two, yeah. One at the 23-yard line. I think there's another one. And extracurriculars after the play, too. It was time for them to get Fitzgerald a touch. I thought he deserved one, and I thought he was open a couple times
That's
before.
A well-conceived play. Got him open coming off the line of scrimmage. He's over there. There's nobody over there, but I don't think it's going to matter.
No. A lot of conversation. A little usher board meeting right there. Robert's Rules of Order in place. Illegal.
You got an ineligible downfield.
Yeah, ineligible downfield. And let's see what else happened. Okay, he's saying third and a country mile, maybe. So they're going to walk it off.
Someone lined up wrong right there. That's the only thing I can figure is what happened.
Yeah. Or was
he may not have been eligible.
Right,
people were lined up.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe Fitzgerald, because I didn't see anybody, any other linemen downfield.
Another penalty on the Demons.
A lot of malfeasances.
That's 13 now in this ball game.
So you're not blowout Joe this year. I'm gonna call you gonna be penalty Joe.
Yeah, that's.
I blame it on you. I'm here too, but I'm not gonna take it. Now they're gonna trot out a 3 wide receiver set right here on 3rd down. Let's see if they let Williams put it in the air. Sadiq has got to be a guy you look at here. That middle screen has worked for him before, too. He looked left. He's going to break the pocket. He's going to pull it down and took a couple of big hits that time, but no first down. A good job by Laura Richland getting off the field. Now we're going to head to the end of the 3rd quarter, though, so the 4th quarter is going to be setting up to be A little drama here, Joe Cashin.
Boy, drama you didn't think you were going to see with the Demons in control 21-6 late in this quarter, and all of a sudden the block punt, scoop and score returned by Lower Richland is going to make these final 12 minutes very interesting.
Very, very interesting. And I tell you what, this punt, they let it wind down, though, so we are going to the fourth quarter. They did not rush out there and try to kick real quick. So we'll head to the fourth. Four fingers in the air. 21-14, Lugoff-Elgin over Lower Richland, and what promises to be a thrilling fourth quarter on the FNR High School Football Game of the Week.
Light it.
But to win it all, that is the culture.
Well, this question is wheelhouse for me. I'm going to crush this.
Let's go.
So good.
Let's go, Coach.
The Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Offices. Stephen, how did the partnership with Sonic Friday Night Rivals come about, and why is it so important for you guys to invest in your local community?
Well, we're committed to the community that we live in, work in, and where our kids go to school. And without sounding cliche, investing in this kind of helps us give back a little bit. We think it's important for everyone to come together around sports, particularly high school football, because it brings out the best in everyone.
It certainly does, Stephen. Well, stay tuned, guys, because we got more football on the way.
Welcome back, folks. Having a grand old time here on our opener of the season. I believe the 11th of FNR Game of the Week, brought to you by Sonic. Stacey Humph, Joe Cashin up here in the booth. Claire Fuller on the sideline. I'm glad to do another season here with G.I. Joe Cashin. I'll come up with a nickname for Claire by next week. Have no fear. It won't happen. And, Joe, I think this next 12 minutes, I mean, both these teams are trying to make a statement, trying to get their programs in a certain place. I think this next 12 is going to be big for how this, we go into next week for these teams. Cool.
And Lower Richland going to get the ball back, and if you're LE, you've got to make sure you get a good snap here. I mean, that was led to that last block punt. Got to get a good snap and try to flip this field a little bit.
You see, we have a different punter, don't we? I don't think, that's another high punter. Fitzgerald was not the punter last time. And he may have to run this. He's going to punt it. But, he was not the punter the last time when he got blocked. And there was a high snap again. That's going to be a problem. But that's interesting, a punter change. Ball's going to be Diamond Hornets football at about the 46-yard line. That's great field position.
Well, that's all. That's all he could do just to punt that ball.
Yes.
I mean, there's no chance on the snap, and then he had a tremendous amount of pressure on him, and he's able to scramble away and at least get the ball on the other side of the 50. But this is once again great field position for the Diamond Hornets to try to tie or perhaps take the lead if they were to score and go for two.
This is going to be real interesting right here. I think the momentum is up for grabs in this ball game. Young Gerald Gibson looking left and threw into double coverage. It was a little low. Two men bearing down. One of them was Preston Rhodes, but dangerous pass.
Got word from downstairs. My good friend Tom Dodato, the sports editor at the Chronicle Independent here locally, 27 yards on the block, punt, scoop, and score return.
Joe, you're connected, man. You're the Kershaw Mafia, man. What's up?
Well, when you live about 8 minutes from here, and you grew up in this county, and you went to Camden High School, and your kids went to Lugoff-Elgin.
That's it. That's true.
You gotta know a few people in this neck of the woods.
That's me over in the Ridgeview area. Nice cut up that time across the mid. Listen, that was a nice play call, pitch and catch, and that man number 8 right there. I talked about him earlier. Daquan Middleton, he had one catch in the first quarter. He's been quiet after that. That's a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down.
That's a big-time play by Laura Richland. Got to get something moving to try to maybe tie this game up. He's going quick pass. And able to work his way forward.
Letting the athletes be athletes right there. Got him out in space, Joe. Yep, got him out in space, Joe, and he did the rest. Cameron Heating and Cooling first down. Ball's at the 43-yard line, 42. Gibson looking right and wide open. Threw it a little high, and that was dangerous. Chad Wilson couldn't bring it in. It was a tad high, but it hit him in the hands, Joe. It was a well-called play that time, wide open in the little hole in the zone, right?
Well placed ball. Another hole shot down this near side, and probably should have been caught.
These are the plays you got to execute, though. You're trying to come from behind victory on the road. Somebody's got to step up and make some big-time plays. These are big-time moments. 11:09. A lot of time left. But, again, as I mentioned, momentum in the balance here, I think.
Yeah, neither team really seems to have it
at
the moment. Maybe Laura Richland after that big play on special teams, but the Demons defense got to do something here.
Hudson, the motion man again. Only one man out wide on the near sideline, and they're going to try that middle again. And there's just not been a lot going on there. Not a lot of motion. They tried Yates. Maybe a yard, maybe 2. Again, I don't think you want to be in obvious passing downs. I know they're not doing it on purpose, but Lugoff-Elgin flies to the football.
That's a good play by Logan Hinton right there to get in there and disrupt that play. Stop it for a yard gain. The LE crowd trying to get into it.
3rd and 9. Gibson cannot afford these high passes right here. Ball hawks on the field. 3 wides to the left. One's in motion. And he's going to look deep. Overthrown a little bit. Looks like the receiver early in that route slowed down, though. He did. I think he did. Through the time of that play off, it's going to be 4th down.
Now Marlon Taylor's got a decision to make here. Ball is at the Lugoff-Elgin 41. You've got 10:23 to play.
He hesitated.
They're going to put it away.
Yeah, he hesitated at first, though.
I think this is the right call here. I mean, you're going to get the ball back, you assume.
That last pass was defended by Corey Murphy, who was on your screen just then. He did a good job running with the receiver there on that last play. We give him some love for that. Corey Murphy, a junior. So how many punts has Laura Richland had? I don't think they've punted a lot this game either, really. They haven't had a lot.
At least twice that I can remember.
Yeah, not a lot. Yeah, not a lot of punts. A very stout punter. This could be flipping the field, could be big with a 7-point game. And I tell you what, he took his time.
Roughed him.
And they roughed him. Is there a flag there?
Yeah, there is.
I didn't see it. Yeah, I see it now.
That's just, I mean, if you're Lugoff-Elgin, you just can't make these plays in special teams. I mean, just let the kid punt the ball.
He's taking so long, but it's almost like he's baiting them. Like, look how slow I'm kicking the ball.
You got to know your angle there, too. If you're coming after it, you got to go for the, where the front of that foot where the ball's coming off. You just got to run into.
He's inviting them, like, don't you want to come run back here? I'm not going to take I'm going to take a long time to kick this if you want to come back here. Just went for it. Seemed like you just, like you said earlier, just call it all out, go get it.
But it is the running into the kicker. It's not roughing, so this is still going to be 4th down, and it's still going to be decision time.
Oh, I think he goes for it this time. I think he hesitated the first time. I think it took a moment for the punt team just run out there last time. There was a conversation going on.
This is 4th and 4. I think this is go time. I think it's go territory for your LR.
Yeah, 36-yard line. I mean, you're not gaining much with a kick here.
No, you're really not.
Yeah, because if you kick it too far, you go in the end zone. If you kick it too short, any return is going to bring it right back, probably 10, 15 yards away. There's not much difference. So let's see what they're still talking about it over there. There's official timeout on the field? Got to be, right? This is too long for. Unless the referees call for that water break timeout they give sometime in the early games, the first 3 weeks of the season. I didn't see the motion of a team. Chris Deering might have stopped the game. He's very, very influential.
He wants this thing to start running like I do. Let's go.
I'm telling you.
10 o'clock is my bedtime. I start to shut down.
Listen, I tell you, listen.
I'm an old man.
Same. I got you about a year or two, I think. So. There they are. The offense is back out there. So.
Yeah. Yep, gotta do this.
And Lugoff-Elgin's crowd is going to get loud down here trying to rally their defense. I think it's a big play, Joe. 10-17 in the fourth. Big play. And they're going to roll him out again. Now, he ran this one time before. Thrown and caught. That's a first down and more. They got him on this play early and scored a touchdown. That's Hudson with the catch. Gibson with the throw. Cameron heating and cooling first down for the Diamond Hornets.
A massive play that time by the Diamond Hornets. Able to pick up a first down. Again, like you said, they ran that earlier. And this time they're able to find Seth Hudson out there.
Here it is.
The junior athlete.
Here it is.
Yep. You see it fake. He rolls, gets heavy pressure, just does get that ball away, but Hudson's there to make the catch. He picks up an easy first down, and LR on the move right at the red zone.
Yeah, got over the hands of Jace Coleman that time. Well done by Gibson. He's looked pretty poised at times in this ball game. And this time it's going to be a give to Kelson. They're going to try to challenge their offensive line to pull him home on this. He only got about 3 on that play. I tell you, when again, coached by an offensive lineman, it seems like there's a different mentality for those type teams. He's going to put it on his line right here to get them 10 yards in 3 plays. But the only problem with that is Lugoff-Elgin has really been good in the interior on big plays in this ball game. A couple 4th downs earlier. Heading toward the 9-minute mark. A lot of time left to play, but it's going to start getting late for Lower Richland if they don't punch one in here.
Yeah, that LA defense has been out there on this field a long time in this second half. I mean, their offense has only run 6 plays from scrimmage and had 2 punts.
Great point, Joe. He's going to keep around the left side. He has some room. Gibson, he lowered his shoulders. The slightly built QB lowered his shoulder to finish that run over there. He was looking for contact. And that's a good run. That's going to be right at the marker, maybe a yard short.
I think he's about a half yard shy of his first down, maybe a full.
Gibson, a junior, been in the program. This is his 3rd year in the program. Varsity since 9th grade. So, this is definitely 2-down territory right here. I tell you, Coach Taylor's going to rely on his O-line right here. This is going to be a run probably up the middle, Joe. He fumbled it. And still didn't pick it up. This is huge. Lugoff-Elgin picked that ball up. That was a turnover. Back-breaking turnover that time for Lower Richland. And picking up that fumble is number 26, Rivers Moak. Wow. That is huge, Joe.
Massive turnover if you're Lower Richland, and for Lugoff-Elgin too. I mean, just quarterback never got the snap, never cleanly picked it up, tried to go with it, didn't have it. Ball still loose out there. It's just squirming around out there. It's a dive. Everybody wants that pigskin, and Rivers Moak is the one who came up with it.
Ollie Coleman wanted his 2nd turnover of the ball game and tried to fall on it. He scribbled away from him, and Rivers Moak said, I'll pick this up. Thank you very much. Big play by Moak that time, and just a back-breaking play. Still a lot of time to play, but 3rd and 1 with 2-down territory, you had to feel like Lower Richland had it going their way, Joe, and that is huge for the Demons, taking over at the 14-yard line.
Ellie has got to find a way to churn out a couple of first downs now. Can't go 3 downs and out again. Got to do something with this.
Right, because one thing, Lower Richland did find some things clicking on offense that time. A little movement on the D-line. They did not encroach, though. A little flinch over there. There's the backup running back in there trying to get some room up the middle. That is Cash Major. So a cool name. Modest gain of maybe 2.
Oh, there's a flag. There's a surprise.
Yellow on the
green.
Yellow on the green. And I believe it's going to be a Michael Jackson moonwalk backwards for Lugoff-Elgin. There are the penalties raising. And see, here's the problem there, Joe. If they don't get a first down, look at the field position they'll give. They got to get out of this hole down here, or else momentum and everything else goes back to Laura Richland with a stop here. Ball inside the 10-yard line.
14th penalty. They had 11 in the first half, only 3 in this half. But, again, they just have not possessed the football.
No.
For any appreciable amount of time in this second half. Cash Majors. That's got to be one of our all-name team.
Yes,
at the end of the year, we put our all-name team
I'm
together.
with it. I'm with it. Yeah, he's definitely going to be written down for this one. It's going to be, I love it. He can be a detective. Cash Major, private eye. Looking over the middle. Williams there. Oh, he overthrew by a lot. Aiden Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, a little frustrated. He wanted that one. The hole was open there. That's the touch pass. And it was way overshot, Joe.
And they just did get that snap off, too. I mean, I really kind of felt like it was the clock hit 0, and then they got the snap. So
the complete pass stops the clock for Laura Richland.
Yeah, I mean, there's
and you
a ton
get no
of time.
yards. And I mean, you're looking at just under 8 minutes to play. A lot of time. As you mentioned, a couple of first downs would have gone a long way to put pressure back on the Diamond Hornets, even if you can't score. But they're stopping the clock. Now you want to do that, run the ball just to massage the clock right here. Man in motion. It's Cash Major. They're going to throw it again, and it's going to hit the ground again. It's going to stop the clock with 4 seconds that play took.
Had him, You got him. You got E.J. over the middle, E.J. Richardson.
And it's hard to say, but the kid has a couple touchdown passes, so you want to say he's played a good game, but the touch has got to be, got to be done a little better. And
I'm throwing one up for Sadiq. I mean, I'm going to let him go make a play. I mean, he's the tallest kid. He's been the best player on this field tonight. He's 6'4". I'm going to throw one up to him, see if he can make a play.
Yeah, I got to win or lose with the ball going toward him. That's me.
Give Williams a little bit of time to throw the football and this go his way.
Look at the top of your screen. Look at the height difference between the wide receiver at the top of your screen and the defensive back. I let him go fight for one right there. There you go. That's going to be a bubble screen. Oh, you see the move on the catch. Just too many white jerseys there. Good job pursuing to the ball. Laura Richland. That's going to be a loss of a yard on that play. But that was the idea, Joe, the bubble screen. But maybe outside. You were thinking more outside up the field, right?
I'm going to the sticks. You got to go down the field to the sticks.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. But I'll tell you what, that did not happen. And so, thusly and therefore, we got a situation right now.
And now the punting situation really has been a complete misadventure in this second half. So.
Misadventure is a great word. It's Lemony Snicket's. A series of unfortunate incidents. Took my kids to see that back in the day. Punting from your end zone is never a good vibe. And they're going back to the other punter again now. He's the guy who had it blocked. They brought Fitzgerald in the next punt, and now back to the other guy.
They got to get a snap. Okay, that's better.
That's a better one. And not a great punt, though.
It's a good bounce.
Yeah, it was a great bounce. And you know what? Great coverage. They did a great job.
Yeah.
Good job. 16 was the first guy there, but their play was strung out by the gentleman before him. Dwight Lewis made the first contact, but that was a good job that time. That could have been disastrous for Lugoff-Elgin. Still not bad position for Laura Richland. And guess what, Joe? Guess what? Flag on the play. And they're talking to Laura Richland's. The referees are talking to each other over there, but this could be big. Do you make them kick it again? I would.
Absolutely, I would.
Got to kick that again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And look, they had the line of scrimmage up here. The players had no idea. And the other referee, they were about to spot the ball. Now they got to go back. They got to walk it back. Punt team.
They're just trying to survive to get to the finish line. And will they or will LR catch him here?
Fans having a good time out here. Saw my good friend and brother Ernest Robinson in the stands down here below us, outstanding broadcaster in his own right, doing South Carolina State football for many, many years. Sitting down here, his son's in the band here at Lugoff-Elgin High School. Jet Robinson. 6:42, folks. I think we have some drama. And now you got to make another good snap, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to struggle. Yeah, I would put I would send a wholesale. I might send 12 if I can get away with it. Definitely 11. And they're not doing it. Timeout called. Who's calling the timeout? It is called by Lugoff-Elgin. They're thinking what we're thinking. We're going to take a break. We'll step away. Big punt coming up with 6:42 left to play. Lugoff-Elgin punt from the end zone up 7 over the charging Lower Richland Diamond Hornets. Stay with us.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal. Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to DeWanna having my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
Welcome back inside, folks. 6:42 left to settle it here. Lugoff-Elgin up 7. It's time for the sights and sounds of the game with our Joy Law Firm Smile Cam. Joy Law Firm, just called Joy. Look at the youngsters in the crowd having a good time. The smiles of the youth having a good time on Friday night. I remember those days. Those kids sometimes run around and sweat more than the guys on the field having a good time. There's the fans up in the stands, the grown folks representing their school, the students, student bodies. Smile Cam brought to you by Joy Law Firm, just called Joy. All right, guys. Up here with a press box full of folks up here, and y'all can nod or shake your head. I'm thinking right now, I'd go for this punt block right here. What'd you say, Joe Catcher?
You know, I mean, the last thing you want to do is do something like that. I kind of get that, but I mean, you're going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you're Lower Richland, you're going to get the ball back inside the 40.
Either way, right?
Yeah.
So, they put a little token pressure, but see, I definitely would come up and catch it though. I would not. He got sideline. He had left sideline over there. Oh, nice tackle. That was Jace Coleman with a snatchback. Coleman just snatched the guy. I thought he had a little more room over there. And guess what, folks? No flag. So that's a celebration right there. But good field position, a great field position for Lower Richland. The ball will be placed at the 26-yard line, it looks like. Yeah, what I would have done, definitely have my punt returner come up and catch it in the air. I mean,
or at least do what he did right there, is stop you, just scoop up the ground ball, so it doesn't roll past you.
That's true.
Did a good job of saving field position.
Good job, absolutely good job. One man in the formation, man in motion is Hudson, and they usually run from this formation right here. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to try the middle. Kelson, man, that's a hard running dude right there. He gets about 4.5, almost 5 yards on that play. That ain't bad. Kelson has a cut. He comes up limping on his left leg, though, number 11. Had a good couple of years at AC Flora. And he's limping off. I thought he was going to try to stay in the game, but they're going to bring Yates back in.
And there's a down Lugoff-Elgin player.
Yeah, I can see that's a cramp. Yeah, that left leg and a cramp over there. Yeah, he was covered up from. They're going to get some training out there. So that's the second cramp of the ball game.
And that's Bryce Bradley, defensive back.
Yeah, Bryce Bradley's a guy who's a starter.
You know, Stacy, you talk about the football histories of both of these schools, Lower Richland and Lugoff-Elgin. Neither one has ever won a state championship. The Diamond Hornets in 1991 were runners-up in the 4A Division II category. The Lugoff-Elgin Demons in 3A made it to the state semifinals in 2002. So.
Yes, they've knocked on the door a little bit. It's coming up later in this fourth quarter, folks. We'll announce our Atkins Law Firm Player of the Game. Looking for a workers' comp attorney. Remember, who you hire matters. The young man is going to limp off there. And one thing about cramps, once you get it one time, sometimes it comes back. Yeah. So they got to get him hydrated or keep it stretched out. But the thing is, they got to play this next play without him. At least this next play. I'm interested to see what this play call is going to be. I've been saying all night that Coach Marlon Taylor is going to be stubborn with the run when he has a chance to. With 6 minutes and a one-score game, I think you're going to see them try to pound this thing 2 more times for a first down here. Man in motion again. Hudson. Is that Kelson back in? Nowhere to go over there. Just too many gray jerseys over there. Good job pushing that line by Lugoff-Elgin. Corey Murphy, Coleman. The whole crowd was over there on that right side of the defense. Another player down with cramps, I believe, for Lugoff-Elgin.
That's E.J. Richardson, too. Don't leave him out.
Yeah, he plays both sides of the ball, yeah.
A big play coming up here for Lower Richland. They're going to be looking at 3rd down at about 8.
Yeah.
Clock just above 5 minutes, 5:17 left.
You're not guaranteed but 1 more possession after this.
Now possession's really starting to become valuable.
Yeah. If Lugoff-Elgin just runs the ball 3 or 4 times, you got about 5 minutes. You got a chance for this possession and 1 more for sure. After that, and that's if Lugoff-Elgin does not get a first down. But we don't get ahead of ourselves. Lower Richland has a big play coming up here. Remember, that bootleg has been big for them. They burned them on it a couple times, kind of influencing everything one direction and coming back the other way by Gibson. Got a touchdown on that one time, and then they also got a big first down doing the same thing. I think Kelson came in after a play. Let's see if Lugoff-Elgin can get Richardson back in after a play. Nice night once again here. And
beautiful.
Kershaw, yes. I mean, you couldn't answer better. It really could.
You couldn't ask for better weather for high school football.
No, absolutely. It's beautiful. It's perfect. And Joe and I are happy because we both live about 10 minutes from here, so it's fine, and we're okay. Short drive home. It's all gravy, but we've seen a good football game. We always want, as broadcasters, folks, we want a close game. Don't care who wins, but we want it's competitive in the 4th quarter. Shotgun snap. They're going to try the middle again. I said it. Coach Taylor's stubbornly going to pound that middle.
He's going to keep doing it. They picked up positive yards there. It's going to be 4th down at about 4.
Yeah, that's going to be tough because you got pressure on your young quarterback, though. Is he going to be able to complete the touch pass if he throws it? And if he run it, Lugoff-Elgin is so fast to the ball, Joe. You don't get a lot of time to dance with them. Let's see if they go to that misdirection play again.
Well, I was going to say, they've run it twice already and hit it both times.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Does LE diagnose it and stop it this time if they do it again, or does LR, rather, the Diamond Hornets, do they pick up another 4th down conversion?
This may be the play of the ball game with 4:30. I think the crowd senses it too. Both sides getting loud right here. He's going to put it in the air. He's going to break the pocket. And he nowhere to go. Too much pressure for Lugoff-Elgin. 92 made the tackle. That was Purvis Walker.
And also give credit to Logan Hinton, too.
Yes.
Again, he comes off that edge very hard. He got there first and completely disrupted that play. And then Purvis Walker is able to finish it off. Another big stand by the LE defense. They force a turnover and then get a sack on 4th down.
Purvis Walker transferred from Cardinal Newman.
Yep.
But always lived here, though. So this young man comes back home, and there he is right there on your screen. He's got to come tell folks what he did right there. Now, see, he said, I told you. I'm saying he told it to me. He said, I told you. He must have told you I'll make the play. He said, I told you, man. He's happy, celebrating, man. Looks like, smells like team spirit. That was a huge show.
Now the Demons now. Lower Richland only 2 timeouts. Each team with only 2 left. 4:17 to go. I don't know that you can get home, but you need to put the ball on the ground, see what you can do here.
And they're doing it right now. It looks like Lower Richland wasn't even set on that left side of the defense. Like they were still moving around a little bit at the snap of that ball. That's a gashing run. Well, they're going to set it back a yard. They still got about 5 on that, though.
And the Demons have got to avoid penalties here. They've got to keep that yellow hanky off the field if at all possible. Diamond Hornets got to start stripping at that football.
Yes, they do. And if they give them a first down here, they got to start using some timeouts as well. Watch the penetration. They expect him to run. And there it is. They got through there, but they missed him, though. Good run. Good cut. Jarquise Grant trying to tear away. Somebody grabbed the jersey and slowed him down. They tried to shoot in the backfield, and they missed him. Great job by Grant. First down. Cameron Heating and Cooling first down. He may be a little banged up after that tackle.
33-yard run unofficially that time by Grant, and that's a huge play by the Demons.
Cameron Heating and Cooling, keeping you comfortable in your home since 1956. Look at this replay, Joe.
And he cuts it back. He starts it out to the left, cuts it back, sees the hole to the right, and there he goes. And the crowd cheering him on all the way.
he gave somebody a little lift right there.
And good way to wrap up the ball, too, and protect the football. That's what you got to do if you're the Demons right now. Protect that football.
He fell awkwardly on his shoulder, though, that too. He left the game, so I'll see if make sure his shoulder's not hurt right there. Because the backup, Cash Majors in the ball game. Let's see if Grant, they can check on Grant. I think he may be injured, Joe. The legal procedure is going to be the call. You look into that run, Grant fell awkwardly on his left shoulder and immediately ran to the sideline. It's not going to matter for this game, though, because they just need 2:51 to run off the clock. There's a young man who's played quite a game in his first start, Williams.
He's been really good.
10th grader. Ball's at the 47-yard line. 2:38 on the rolling clock. Counter step for Cash Major. Major with a burst. Major lowers the shoulders. Cash Majors, cash him out. Cash him out. The slightly built Cash Majors gets the team fired up. Shows some strength and a burst of speed right there. Big run. Good job up front for the Lugoff-Elgin O-line. Good job.
Well, any Major dude will tell you that was a heck of a hit.
Look at this. Check this out.
Watch this. I mean, just let the picture tell the story right here. Major says, whoop, I'm not going down. My goodness.
Well, low man wins. He dipped his shoulder right there. Oh, my goodness. Kirkland.
You know, Jarvis Littlejohn said this is the the strength of this football team is a whole lot better than what it used to be. That was just strength. That was just leverage, low center of gravity.
Yeah, 5'7", 160. He brought all 160 right in. And let Kirkland feel it. And that's a timeout call right there, but that's going to be huge, man, because that first down is going to allow them to take this clock down, Joe.
It will. I mean, that's...
LR
can only stop it one more time if they just...
That's not quite benediction time, but
it's getting close.
It's getting close to the close of the sermon right here.
It's getting close.
Getting close. Last offering has been taken.
People are starting to look at the clock saying it's time to go to lunch.
Exactly.
When you go wrap this up?
Wrap it up. Hey, listen, parking lot, people are heading to the park. Mass exodus. One more first down. It's going to be both sides heading to beat the traffic. Yeah, one more. We're going to let y'all get to the sizzling for the buffet. Boy, that was an impressive run. That's how you put an exclamation point on a physical ball game. Look at that line. LE has a huge line. You got 55 on your screen right there.
You know, that's one thing that Coach Littlejohn talked about in our discussion, our production meeting yesterday.
Hey, look at this. So Grant did come back in, and he's still dancing. Jarquise Grant trying to get to the end zone.
The smart thing for him to do would be get on the ground.
Right. He wants to strike up the fight song again. And now here we go. Little extras. Break it. Yeah, they did get there. And referees need to get in there right now. A lot of flopping. That's a little flop right there now.
Yeah, big number 55.
That's a flop. He flops. That was an NBA caliber. That was a soccer level flop right there.
Keelan Hammond that Claire highlighted earlier in the broadcast. He kind of went down right there, but he's been a huge part of this offensive line as these guys up front. You mentioned Coach Littlejohn talking about how good he thought this line could be this year, even though they lost 4 starters off last year's team.
The Cameron Heating and Cooling first down again. Also the Jim Hudson red zone. Jim Hudson experienced it once, and you'll never forget.
I don't even run a play here. I'm gonna snap and fall down.
Yeah, they don't have to do much. That's pretty much a route. They got to call the last timeout if you're Richland, if they hadn't called it already. Jarquez Grant wants to score though. He wants to get in the end zone.
Well, it's coming back. There's a flag down.
Yeah, his knee hit early too. His knee hit, then he dove anyway. But
that's a holding call against Lugoff-Elgin. If I'm LE, I'm just falling down on the ball right here. There's no real reason to run a play.
You're right.
Because all LR can do is call one more timeout, and then LE can knee it out there. You don't want to run the risk of having the ball stripped out or bad snap or something like that.
Yeah, scoop and score. Yeah.
I mean, if something bad can happen, it can happen.
This team once had a 21-game losing streak a few years ago, so when that happens, you have to, you've seen some bad bounces, but they're definitely turning it around now and trying to get back to what Lugoff-Elgin has been.
And this has been a statement drive here at the end, too, Stacy. I mean, they took over the ball with 4:17 left after getting the 4th down stop. They had to grind out a couple of first downs and hold on to the ball. LR still had a chance. And they still kind of have one, not much of one, but that's a statement drive by LE to take this ball down and just grind it out. And they're in a position to run this clock out.
Without a doubt, this has been a statement, and they're trying to put the exclamation point on it right here by 1:35 left on the clock. Grant, like I say, just go down right here. Another flag. You keep prolonging this game, though. You keep putting your head in the lion's mouth. Anything can happen.
Just take a snap and put a knee down. That's all you really have to do here.
The last few minutes has been a mini-series.
You can avoid the penalties. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's been.
I mean, it's going on and on. You're right, Joe. But you called it, Joe. Your first inclination was what it should be. I mean, you take 3 knees right now. You're looking at
just put a knee down. They can stop it one more time, but then you get at least 2 more snaps and maybe a 3rd one.
And is it still first down?
It is still first down. It's first and Highway 1.
First and Bethune. First and Bethune.
That's a long way from that. It'd take us a minute to get there.
Cassett. We give it Cassett.
Cassett. Where all my family's from, out in the Cassett area. The Robinsons out
I have the pass that going from here to Chesterfield. That's how I go home through Cassett.
Exactly. You go right through Robinson town.
All the time. But yeah, 1:28 on the clock now, and it's just the inevitable is upon us.
Yeah, Ellie, I would take a knee here, just fall down.
You see, we have a new quarterback in. You see E.J. Richardson's in that quarterback, by the way. And he's going to mess around and score right here. E.J. Richardson in the end zone for a touchdown. That is a statement. Strike up. The Lugoff-Elgin fights on one more time. E.J. for the TD in the SCDC touchdown, Joe Cashin.
I just have to laugh at that. I mean, it's kind of like they're not listening to clock management. They're scoring touchdowns.
Yes.
Who can blame them? I mean, you know
what?
Put
a Wildcat guy in there.
Just put E.J. out there, snap it to him, and let him make a play. That's what happens. They just snap it to E.J. Richardson, and he just weaves his way through traffic. Gets a couple of good blocks, cuts it back against the grain, makes the umpire miss, and off he goes.
He gave the umpire the dead leg.
Almost a horse collar tackle.
Yeah, right. It could have been dangerous. Hands to the sky, and the extra point looks to be good. 28-14, I believe, is the score. There it is.
It is.
14. 118 left to play. Looks like we're staying here.
And the Demons have beaten LR 3 times in this series. Tonight, it looks like it'll be the 4th. Go to 4-0 all time against the Diamond Hornets. Won't be quite as exciting as the 35-34 thriller last year at Hopkins, but Demons are going to go to 1-0 on the season. Start off the Jarvis Littlejohn era here at Lugoff-Elgin on the right foot, and they get arch rival Camden next week.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
That'll be a battle for them.
Absolutely.
Camden they finished off White Knoll tonight, 20-7.
Okay.
That's a big win for Brian Rimpf and his team.
Yes, they've been contenders for most of the last half decade, and looking to make another run. Will Lou Opportunity School kickoff coming up. We got a player of the game to give out and a play of the game to give out, and it may all be the same guy involved in all that. You never know. A lot of big plays in this game, though. There has been big plays on both sides, though. The block punt was a rarity. You don't see a lot, but a couple of big scoring strikes as well from Lugoff-Elgin. They're kicking off right to left on your screen, folks. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We have 118 to go and some accolades to hand out. A pleasure to be here with you for the 11th season of Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. And it's a great schedule of games we have on tap for you. next week. Joe's going to tell you where we're going to be next week in just a moment. Will LeGray Opportunity School kickoff in the air. Lugoff-Elgin needing a big return right here. And not going to happen. Good pursuit by a young man who's played well all night. Logan Hinton, the wrestling champ. And we got a player down for Lower Richland. The man's in a lot of pain out there at about the 13-yard line. So we get him up off the field there. I was hoping it was nothing serious. Luckily, it might have just been a cramp right there. So 111. Lugoff-Elgin in command up 14. Well, Richland, we assume Joe's going to have to try to air it out right here. So this could be a long 111.
They're not going to just pack it up and head to the bus right this second. I mean, if you're Marlon Taylor, you want to try to get something out of this last 111 for sure. I mean, and who knows, you hit a big one. You hit a big one. Then all of a sudden an onside kick comes into play. So, I mean, it looks awfully dire for the Diamond Hornets, but, you know, weird, crazy things happen in high school football on a Friday night, right? I mean.
Absolutely. We've seen crazy things before. That's a little slant pass there to the 20-yard line. Well, that's going to keep the clock running. The thing about it, you know, they haven't been able to go deep really in this ball game, so that's going to, if the short pass has been your friend, that's going to eat up a lot of clock. And, you know, Lugoff-Elgin is going to back off, and they're going to allow those passes, Joe.
Yeah, you're fine. You just don't want to get beat over the top.
Exactly.
You can't give up a big one and get somebody behind you.
So I'm going to try to nickel and dime him to death here in the last 40 seconds. And they're taking a long time to get lined up here. If you're going to do that, you may as well run it. Or just take a knee. Jace Coleman. Again, Jace Coleman, folks, I'm telling you, he's going to have a monster sophomore season. A little celebration. 6'1", 205. Been around the ball all night. Good-looking young athlete.
Stacey, you mentioned next week we'll be at Memorial Stadium in Columbia, AC Flora and Chapin.
Yes.
Airtime 7:30, and that is hopefully with no weather interference.
Yes.
And, you know, let's play it on Friday and let's do it. But AC Flora Chapin is where we will be at Memorial Stadium next Friday.
That's the plan.
And another great job tonight by Kay Pass.
Yes.
The crew,
that reminds
Claire
me.
Downstairs. Great to have her on.
Yes, that
the
reminds
broadcast
me.
this season.
That reminds me. I got some people I want to mention here, so I'm glad.
Chris Deering, thank you tonight for your help.
Yes. Always glad to have our outstanding crew. And
Alexis Johnson's up here. He's
yes. Doing, helping out.
He's giving the hand and arm signals. We've had to do things differently tonight.
Absolutely. And that reminds me, I want to shout out our outstanding crew as always. Technical Director Mike Weinmiller, producer Kevin Pasnick, EIC Tim Brusky, audio mixer Walker Brewer, video Alexander Kitchens, camera Taylor Shirley, Tiffany Joyner, Brittany Frierson, Jared Thomas, Jessica Pasnick, lead replay Kendall Bishop, graphics Autumn Sherrill, stage manager Alex Johnson, TOC Taylor Bone. Outstanding crew we are privileged to work with. Claire doing a great job on the sidelines. Joe Cashin, my guy up here. I'm just up here sitting next to greatness, just trying to learn while I broadcast, folks. Trying to learn while I broadcast. The legendary Joe Cashin, Coastal Carolina. If they need to have a broadcasting Hall of Fame, and go ahead and put Joe in there. Who I need to talk to, Joe? Let me know. I know some people.
Well, they don't have one of those.
They need to get one and put you in there. I know some people.
Appreciate that.
Make it happen. 20 years on that microphone, man. 11 seconds left to play. And we got some things to go over with these folks as far as let you know at home, the player of the game will be announced here in a little bit, and the play of the game. Last-ditch pass. Oh, right in the arms of, is that Shamil Sadiq?
That was Shamil Sadiq.
On defense. Oh, if he'd have caught that, he might have hit that sideline.
He might have hit his third touchdown of the night.
And that's going to be, they got the referee, I think the last few seconds just go ahead and take off the clock, Joe. I think that's zeros all across. Handshake line coming up, folks. I believe at this point, we're going to watch the handshake line. Sponsorship is always a part of what we love to see here. And we're going to take that out, and then we'll come back, and we'll give out some accolades and a trophy to the winning Demons tonight. Claire Foley will be on the sideline when we come back. We'll step away and come back with the accolades after this.
Now's the time for huge Labor Day savings at Michaelis Mattress. Time for helpful advice, a selection that's nice at a low, low price. Get huge savings on Serta, Beauty Rest, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic, and get free delivery and setup with qualifying purchases. Plus, get up to 60 months special financing. There's no better time and no better team for huge Labor Day savings. Shop now and save at Michaelis Mattress. Think outside the big box and save.
Harvey High is now in session. Today's subjects: biology.
Name an animal with the long neck.
Dinosaur, long neck, yeah.
Let me ask you something. When the last time you seen one?
Anatomy.
Name a part of Steve Harvey that a woman might want to kiss.
Your six-pack.
The six-pack. Does she know who Steve Harvey is? You got to dig for it, but it's in there.
Get schooled with Family Feud. Family Feud, weekdays at 5:30.
Watch Fox Sports Zone is South Carolina's #1 sports leader for all sports coverage in the Midlands.
From your favorite South Carolina college teams
to your local high school matchups,
football, baseball,
basketball, soccer,
and so much more.
We take you straight to the sideline with interviews with coaches and players.
Plus, behind-the-scenes details to give you the latest on your local teams.
Watch Fox Sports Zone. Every sport, every season. Sponsored by Lexington Medical Center.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Cameron Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Cameron Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustcameron.com.
Put comfort in your home the Cameron way. Call Cameron right away.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Welcome back, folks, and let's take a look at tonight's school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points on your license, and license suspension. Paid for by NHTSA.
This is the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Richland that got them back in the ball game in the third quarter. You see the bad snap right there, but LR coming through with the school bus stop of the game. Turned the game around momentarily and got them back into it. But the Demons were able to go on to overcome that and go on for the win.
I got searching though.
This is the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
And now let's take a look at our player of the game, brought to you by Atkins Law Firm. I think we all know who it is. 6'4", on his way to Lenore Ryan. Shamil Sadiq is our player of the game, and we have some footage of him.
Watch this right here. This goes 84. He had one earlier in the ball game of 62. This goes 84. He had 200-plus yards receiving tonight and 2 touchdowns. Shamil Sadiq, the play of the game, our player of the game. Atkins Law Firm, Shamil Sadiq. Magnificent game by the youngster here tonight.
Atkins Law Firm. Remember when it comes to workers' comp, remember who you hire matters. And now we have a play of the game brought to you by Mark Brown, attorney, Mark Brown Law Firm, your dedicated injury lawyers. And that was all in one right there. That was the play of the game as well, the 84-yard pass. All brought to you by Shamil Sadiq. And now go down to the field with Claire Foley and some outstandingly happy demons of Lugoff-Elgin. Claire.
Well, they're going to get to watch this play again.
There it is.
That's
the play of the game. Mark Brown Law Firm, play of the game. That's it.
They hit it again, 84 yards.
That was it. Brought to you by Mark Brown Law Firm, your dedicated injury lawyers. Claire, you got some happy folks down there on the trophy, right? Let's go.
Thanks, guys. All right, Coach, when it mattered most, your defense came up with a huge fourth down stop in the red zone. Your young quarterback, who you said earned that starting role, marched you down the field to provide much-needed insurance points for you. What can you say about your team's ability to close it out?
We worked hard. This team right here is so resilient, and I'm just so blessed to coach these young men each and every day.
Coach, I heard some murmurs behind me about some 5 a.m. workouts, the work you put in the summer. Is it paying off now?
I told these guys we're going to grind, and we're going to grind hard, and it's going to pay off. And y'all seen the score tonight. It was 28-14. Hey, all praise to God.
What do you think you guys proved tonight?
Hey, we proved that we're a team to be reckoned with.
All right. Well, you guys promised you would let me out after I give this away, so just another warning. But presenting our Week 0 Sonic Friday Night Rival winners, the Lugoff-Elgin Demons.
Jarvis, well done, Coach Jarvis, and your outstanding team of Demons. Thank you, Claire. For Joe Cash and Claire Foley, I'm Stacey Huff saying thanks for joining us, and let's take our promotional considerations before we head out of here. Sonic, Stewart Law Offices, South Carolina National Guard, MUSC Health, Canada Heating and Air, Atkins Law Firm, Mark Brown Law Firm, USC Sumter. Also want to thank Jim Hudson Automotive, Michaelis Mattress, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Joy Law Firm, Lexington Medical Center, Will LeGray Opportunity School, NHTSA, Northeast Trophies and Awards. Been a great Week 0, folks. Off to a great season on Season 11 here on FNR Game of the Week, brought to you by Sonic. Next week, we're in downtown Columbia as AC Florida Falcons host Chapin the Eagles, Friday, August 29th. We'll see you then. Have a great sports week in the meantime. Thank y'all for tuning in, and good night, everybody.